Welcome to the Isle of Misfit Rolls, a 5e D&D actual play where the only difference between heroes and villains is perspective. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Don't forget to catch this episode on YouTube later and on Sunday on podcast networks around the globe. Today we are joined in that top left square by the nobleman of note-taking, playing as our hobgoblin fighter Jake. Is Jake. Yeah, that's how it works.
Howdy do.
And in that top left square, the top left, am I got my numbers right? Who finds out? In the top right, we have the Queen of Slice and Dice herself, playing as our sticky finger tiefling, Tally. We have Jenny.
Hello.
And in that middle left square, on the ones and twos, keeping this stream running, playing as our gift wizard Almus, we have Adam. And in that middle right square, rolling the ones and twos, bleeding from the eyes, and being mean to Mo, playing as our human blood hunter Aviana, we have Erica.
Hey, thanks to Adam Gumby for subscribing with Prime.
Who's that?
I don't know, but thanks.
He must be cool. And also slightly below me.
Oh,
Yes. He's there. That's him.
speaking of below you, in the bottom left square, the D&D vet that keeps this DM in check, playing as our beloved trash panda, Artificer Bach. We have Gray.
You're all monsters.
I beg to differ.
I have
And in-
never done anything wrong in my life ever.
And in that bottom right square, the master craftsman himself, playing as our Tabaxi Bard Quill, we have Q.
You.
Last but certainly not least, trying to keep this garbage cart on fire, on the tracks, on the road, not in the ditch. We have myself. I'm Mike, and I am your DM for this shit show.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Mike.
But if I want to know what happened on our last session to this questionable group of heroes, where would I go?
Oh, that's me. Hey, so last time out, we ambushed the shit out of a camp where some people stole some carts from our caravan, which happened to have a kid in there, and we weren't fond of that. So we went in and just ransacked those dudes, and through some skilled magic by our buddy Almus, he managed to almost immediately save the child, so the rest of us could wreak havoc with full lack of abandon and just going nuts and hurting these people and not having to worry about collateral damage. It was wonderful. In the process of that, just amidst the fighting, Bach went a little overboard, but Tavrik was a fan of it, so no complaints here. There was a druid who we didn't really get to question about why he was burning down forests. This is not very druidly, but he ran into a lot of people with fire resistance and was a fire druid, so he had a bad time.
He was a fire starter, a prolific fire starter, a twisted fire starter.
He was. He very much was.
And if anybody knows the reference, please feel free to mention it in
He
chat.
tried to kidnap the prodigy of the caravan, little Tam. I think that's for you. That's for you, Mike. And there were other things that kind of happened during the fight, but there was so much going on, it just felt a little like chaos. But yeah, the battle ended, and all the bandits and the druid were dead, and Aviana and Almus managed to do some really cool shit that we've never done before, and actually cure a person of active darkness in the process of infecting them. And Aviana was able to pull it out at great risk and damage to her own person to help this young boy. And then due to Almus's next excellent use of magic, he went to sleep. And will at least be attempting to be asleep for the next 8 hours. And getting his rest and faculties about him back. And that's where we ended. Well, go ahead.
I forgot I'm in the process of dying. My bad.
Yeah, 2 levels of exhaustion. Yep,
3.
good time.
I'm literally half dead. I have 3
3?
levels.
Oh, okay.
10
So
times.
will we be able to recover from curing this child? Is the child actually cured? What led to him getting darkness in the first place? We might find out on this week's episode of The Isle of Misfit Rolls.
And
Hello.
welcome back. Hope you enjoyed our incredibly up-to-date video.
Mike, I have a lot going on right now, and you know that. That was a fake cry. It's fine.
But you do have going on, and especially going up,
Ooh.
is hit points and your levels.
Yeah.
So for those who are not taking the average and would like to roll their hit points, now is that time.
Hey, so we reroll ones, right?
Reroll once, only once.
Thanks.
Did you roll another one?
Oh.
3. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Oh. Yeah, right?
What did
Okay.
the big red monster?
Freaking hit
I took for my 10th level, I took my 2nd level in Barbarian, and I rolled an 11.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's what you needed. More health points.
yeah, I'm impossible. Welcome.
Do I even bother
Find out.
rolling since it's a D6, or do I just?
On
Oh
a
god,
D6?
take the
Oh,
average.
take
Take
the
the
average.
average.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rolled
Goodness
mine.
Christ.
I've been rolling pretty good.
Yeah. You can risk it.
If I roll a 1, can I take the average?
If you roll a run,
No.
you can re-roll.
You can reroll, yes.
Ah.
I'd like
Make
to
your
point out
decision.
when I dropped my D10, I rolled a 10, and then I rolled it and got a 1. So here we are. Mm-mm.
Bad odds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the average on a 10 is like a.
I'm
8.
rolling 2 dice, so it doesn't count. I just
Average
want
is
to see
less
what
than
my chances are.
Yeah,
Just
5
out
or
of
6.
curiosity.
Oh, one of them was a 6 though, so a 2.
Aha. See? See?
Make your choice quickly so we may get on with the game.
Yes. What did everyone else? Did
I
anyone
rolled
else?
a 4, so there you go.
There you go.
It's the average.
That was
anyway.
all for nothing.
But the second.
Who all took the average?
I took average.
Oh, it was just me and you.
I did too.
Yeah, you accidentally did, but yes. What did you roll, Erica?
A 3. I got like 7 extra hit
Oh.
points. I think maybe it was 6. No,
You're
it was
gonna
7.
do great.
Don't say it like that, please.
I got an extra.
How do we do this
I
again?
got an
I
extra
forgot.
16 hit points from this level up.
That seems like a
I
big
could have
question,
had it all.
but what do I do? Do I just add 6 to?
Yes. No, I'd 4 to that, yeah.
And so the group is currently heading
Look.
back.
Are we?
You've left the.
Can I do something before we do that? Because
Of
last
course
when
you
we, when
may.
we when we left it, I was dying, and we found out that we realized that Tevrook wasn't wearing armor. So I feel like
Yes.
at some point, as
I
Aviana's
don't know why
getting
I thought you were going to
her-
say pants, and I'm like, wait, no, he was wearing pants.
His pants is about
oh
all
my
he's got.
god!
I think
So we know
Aviana,
who's in the
when-
gutter.
when everyone kind of comes, like we regather, and Aviana's like slowly like trying to like get her bearings again. She'll kind of like just like look up at Tevrook and go, What? Where do all your clothes go? I think I'm gonna vomit again.
And he'll kind of
Oh, God.
Unrelated.
he'll kind of snap, and his like armor will come back on. Oh, it's right here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That was really great, everyone. That was
I got too much blood in my eyes. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, you're
What
definitely
happened-
seeing red.
What happened with this kid? Is he what happened?
I don't know. I kind of
Um,
got here just as like they were taking out some darkness
What?
from Aviana, right? The darkness was, to my knowledge, was coming from Avi, right?
No, it was like a
Or was it
Kind
like
of a-
hanging in the balance kind
a-
of thing?
yeah. I'll re-describe the. It's kind of a almost like a shadowy figure that was kind of looming over. That kind of had almost like a smoky, almost staticky effect.
Mm.
But she like ripped it out of him and then put it in the mirror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was like
So-
phasing in and out of Tam.
What? There's three of you standing here. I mean, I just don't.
Oh, I thought that was Jake saying what. My bad.
No, this is
There's 4.
I,
Mo was there too.
Mo,
Oh.
please fill me in here.
And Esme is probably there too somewhere. I mean, I don't know. Like Mo
don't know.
grabbed my hand and said, "Come on, you go." You know, in his I can't do
Run.
a very good.
No.
I know it was a pretty bad accent, but I'll work on it. Thank you,
It's
Colin.
better actually.
I'll roll performance. 5.
Sure. Yeah, like you. That's the part. You literally pulled it out of him.
Hey,
God,
that's
Well,
not an
you
option.
collectively, you were involved. That's amazing. Yeah, we usually just have to
great.
stab them. What are you okay?
And I think she just leans over and vomits again.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, I'll pull. I got something in my bag, I'm sure, and I'll like pull out like a rag or something. And she's like, "Here, just let me help."
Tavrook hands over his sweat rag.
No, it's
Great.
like nice one.
Well, now it's probably an awful ruined mess.
Yeah. That's what it's there for.
Um,
It's supposed to be.
So she'll try and at least clear her eyes to see, because that's rough right now.
They're used to looking through slight layers of blood, so your vision's not too impaired.
Fair enough.
And you have goggles on, technically.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh
So
my God,
they're
the
actually
goggles.
pooling up. So as you take the goggles off, it just like pours out a
Oh,
cup
no.
of blood.
They're gone. Those were ripped off a long time ago. We're just in the
Yeah.
dark. We just can't see now. Yeah, so she'll like kind of like stagger to her feet, looking incredibly unstable.
Time to get on a horse.
Hey,
Uh,
so, yeah, they kind of like set me on fire and died before we get a chance to ask them. But like, that was like a pretty strong, like a druid, right?
Yeah, I mean, based
Yeah,
off
what's
of
that about?
Chuck, I'd guess. It's a druid.
Why is he working with regular bandits? Like, what is that? Like, that just seems beneath him.
Also, you'd think he'd want to not set the forest on fire.
Yeah, seems not good. Especially,
Mhm.
never mind. Yeah, let's get this kid out of here. He's in a cage now. Is he okay? Can we take him out of the cage? Oh shit, we've got the two.
He's not
we've got
fully
the two
asleep. He's
carts.
in and out. Like there's been a lot of excitement for Tam. It's like a bird.
Well, here, we need to take these carts back anyway, right? So can we like throw him in? Let's pick up. I can pick up the cage, and
Yeah.
I'll take him over and put him in the cart, and we'll like affix the horses to the carts, and I'll drive at least one of them back.
We
Are they
came
on a-
up on like 3 or 4
Are they on a
horses at
pulley
this
and
point.
stuff? Are they like because not every cart has a horse, right?
Most of
caravan.
them do. Like
Okay,
these
so
are
the
all.
caravan has lots of horses. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So I can at least do one of them, whichever one would be harder. I'll
In
take that one.
the commotion, the horses that would have already been with the caravan have like that were tied off or whatnot. Most of them have run away.
broken free of their title. Okay.
We had
Yeah.
at least 3 with us.
We came up with. We have 4 total because what's his name?
Was it
brought
4?
up-
I know that Bach
Oh,
was riding
yeah.
Brutus.
Well, no. What's his name came up with a new horse, but then he
Luthander.
left.
Yeah.
But then
So-
Luthander left.
One with
Yeah.
them.
So we have 3 horses.
We
Yeah.
have Quill's horse, and then we have 2 other ones, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you have
We'll
the
figure out the
first horse
logistics.
Luthander came in on, went back with Quill and Luthander.
Oh, he came back with a second horse. That's right. So we do have
Came
4
back with a second horse. You have the second horse in the original.
Yeah, he just pulled a horse out of his ass.
Isn't
and-
horse math again? Do
All
we have
right,
enough
so
to
we-
put to a
yeah,
cart?
yes, we do. We have enough horses. Let's get the carts back and go to sleep.
So you attach the. Which horses are you attaching?
They don't have names, Mike. This is the 2. We have 4 horses, so we put 2 on one and 2 on the
Not
other, right?
Quill's. Oh, or unless we have to. Or we're taking both carts back then.
Yeah, we'll say
Yeah,
it's
I-
1 horse per cart.
Is that how they're supposed to be? Because we'll do one.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay.
So
I'll do
there's
my best to manage the other cart, as I'm the only one with experience.
there's Quill's horse, 2 that you brought with you, and Luthander's second horse
We'll use the 2 non-named horses.
are on carts.
Yeah, they're probably built to be like draft horses, like pulling things. Where I don't know if Quill's horse is.
Nope.
And-
He's a riding horse. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
don't
and
know
Quill's
anything
horse
about
has
Quill's
the
horse.
bundle and the box on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that one will be its own thing on the side. He can be separate.
Okay. And that so and you guys have looked in there. The bundle was a shield, and then the box was chainmail. Elven
Yes.
chain.
Yes.
Okay. And looking around after you guys investigated, Tally did a quick little look over one of the bodies and found a flyer essentially for Trixie and the Pixies.
Yes.
And then
I'm gonna add this as canon to my other character's backstory now.
Okay.
Just saying.
This sounds kind of silly, but detect magic?
Are you casting detect magic?
Yes.
Okay. Casting detect magic, you get, other than your crew's belongings and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
you get 3 pings.
Ooh. And what are those pings?
2 enchantment,
Okay.
and give me 1. I apologize, just give me 2 seconds here. And 1 conjuration.
And where is the point of origin on these things?
The 2 enchantment are the box that had the elven chain in it,
Uh-huh.
and the shield.
And the conjuration?
Luthander's horse. The
Alright.
second one he had.
Alright.
That makes more sense now.
Sounds okay. Okay. Look at Mike being a good DM, explaining things, explaining plot holes. So smart, so smart and good.
Mhm.
What do you mean? He did great the first time.
So unfortunately,
Oh, that
as
was
you
good.
guys
Yeah.
bundle up, all get everything going, whoever starts. Bach, are you telling this to the group?
Yeah, I'll disclose that information, sure. It's like, hey
Okay, so-
guys, that's got enchantment, that's got enchantment, that's a conjuration.
Oh, so it'll go away.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Well, I mean, we only did 1 horse to pull each cart, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and do this just so they don't fall. I'll take the box and everything off of that horse, and just put it on
One of the
these 2
carts.
carts. Yeah.
Okay, well, the
the
shield
company.
and the footlocker were on Q's horse.
Oh, those got moved to Q's horse. Okay, never mind. So
Yes, because it was originally on Luthander. Luthander horse 1 moved to Q's horse, and then he came back on. I know it's complicated. I
Oh,
Go
too
apologize.
much
from
horse
like
math.
not enough horses to
just
too many
take all
horses.
the things and put them on carts.
Yes.
Make sure there's nothing on
Yeah, well-
Luthander's summoned
Are you happy
horse.
now, Jake? Are there enough horses for you now?
Thank God. I still haven't fought anything on one of them yet, but
So as you guys start making your way, if any is
We'll
is
practice
anybody
jousting.
riding Luthander's horse?
God, no.
Yeah. So after like a minute of you guys taking off, this horse does dissipate into smoke and just disappears. Not bad juju smoke.
Okay.
good work, Bob.
Actually, Aviana, give me a
Very talented.
darkness check.
That's right, it is a straight roll because I'm dying. 16, I believe.
When you see the smoke, this thing turning into smoke, your instinct is, oh shit, darkness. This is not black smoke. This is white, almost yellowish tinged, almost in the dark light, almost starts to glow a little.
That was a fine steed spell.
Sick. I thunk back down and try and stay conscious.
And as it
Oh,
fades
it
off, it
doesn't
smells
look
like cookies. Bacon cookies.
Yay! I love it.
Sure.
Cookie horse. Cookie horse will live in Tover Extremes.
Cookie horse. Her name was Cookie.
And so the group starts to make their way back. Is there anything special the group plans on doing on the way back?
Not on the way.
And then I'm going to jump
I
ahead.
will say that if she allows, I will literally carry Aviana over to the cart and put her where she would like to be.
I think she does the walk there by herself, but she absolutely needs help getting up into it when she
Here,
does.
come on, yep, and like put your arm over my shoulder, and I'll kind of like, yeah, come on, like that's
Yep, thank you. Great. And she just essentially like a puppet with a strings cut when she's in the cart. She's
Just
all the
pop.
like video game physics suddenly start like happening. Ragdoll. There it is. The ragdoll physics will kick in, and she's just
Yeah,
All right.
Before we leave, guys, I definitely recommend that anyone who wants to ride in a cart rides with Topper. This will be my first solo mission, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Before
I'm just
we
throwing that
jump
out
the
there.
scene, I'll ask for animal handling checks from our two cart drivers.
one for my team
Yes.
with
Tavrook,
my
you get advantage.
proficiency. Advantage, okay. I will use. I don't have a horse-colored dice, but that's all right.
Horse-colored dye.
Yeah, what? Oh, my 18, 23. I've been doing this shit my whole life.
Oh, that fucking counts. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Animal handling. That's a 21.
Yeah, you're fine. More than
Okay.
fine.
You've
Showing
been
up
trained
Tavrook
well.
almost.
Yeah. Oh hell.
This is as close as we get. We're gonna get to that kart racing episode. No, I'm kidding. All right.
I look
so
over and give her a nod, and we start.
just for
I like tap the roof of the
yeah,
cart.
as you do that, Tam falls off in his crate and he's gone forever. No, I'm kidding.
Tab is with
Okay.
Tavrook.
Just so everybody knows, this whole part of it has roughly been an hour now since Quill and Luthander have
Disappeared.
left. Just so it's a nice round number and you guys have an idea of what's going on. And it took about 45 minutes to an hour, I believe, to get to where you are now. So it will take you some time to
How
get back.
long is that spell? Locate object. Was that the spell we used?
That is the one that
trace them.
Yes, that's the one that Q used, and then
Does that last?
Q's not with us.
No, I know, but how long does that spell last?
minutes or an hour. I don't remember.
10 minutes.
Oh, just 10 minutes? Okay, never mind. I thought we would use like an hour-long spell that helped us track them through their path without trace and stuff.
No, you guys didn't do it. You guys just got a rough direction, and then as Esme went to the sky and caught
And then we
the
just followed it.
Yeah.
fire
okay,
and stuff
never
like
mind.
that.
I was about to say it was at least that long, whatever that was, but sure.
Yeah,
But we've left because we were riding hard, so I'm sure that we left like hoof prints
That's true.
to follow.
Oh no, we know the path back. I just
Yeah.
it's a
I was trying to
pretty.
think of that spell.
It's not hard to follow back.
Go ahead.
All right, so leaving well before the other group and in an attempt to bring Luthander back for a conversation, is there anything particular that Quill will say or needs to talk to Luthander about, Luthander will pretty much be saying, no, we need to go back and save the boy and that kind of thing. Like, he needs my help.
I'll just ignore him as he keeps saying that.
On the odd time he'll try to, but I'm going to assume you've secured him to the horse in some sort of manner.
Mhm.
Okay. So you're just heading straight to camp, and
I think about halfway there, I'll probably stop in a very, I want to say, more dark, like shadowed part of the forest or the trail.
there's lots of shadowy parts. You can find one quite easily.
So I'll kind of pull the horse off to the side, hop down,
Mm-hmm.
get off.
Okay. He hops down.
Get walking. And I'm going to point him right into where the tree line is, where it's nice and dark.
Okay.
And just walk. I want to walk like maybe 30, 40 feet inside the tree line. And then he's going to start to hear like rustling around him, almost like there's a bunch of things kind of going around him. And there's going to be what looks like a 6-foot panther, which is essentially just an image of my shadow, kind of just circles around him that he can barely see in the dark. And then it's going to kind of just go in front of him and just eye to eye as the eyes kind of shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Go.
What kind of...
It's not a save yet. I just know all his surface thoughts.
Okay. Surface thoughts right now are mainly, I need to save the boy. I need to save the boy.
Mm-hmm.
He needs me. I can't let him down again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what were you doing out there?
I was going to save the boy.
You're not particularly qualified for that sort of activity now, are you?
Is he in any... Like, does he have to be truthful? Anything on there? You can just read his...
I'm reading his thoughts, yeah. He can lie to me all he wants, that's fine.
Yeah, so he says no, but you can tell, you can, with his thoughts, he says, I can save him.
What's so important about the boy? It's just a boy. That you would tell a group far superior to you to lay off, and you would ride out here in the dark by yourself with what looks like goods to trade for this boy's life.
Yes, they're things from a previous time.
What makes him so special?
He just kind of sighs, and he just kind of thinks to himself, they used to be used to, like, his thoughts are just, they used to be used to protect.
So the panther that's kind of staring at him is going to bite him in the throat, and now I'm going to push further so he can make a wisdom save now.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I have some BS. That's... Okay. One. There it is. That would be a 17.
Okay, he just saves.
Who is this man?
Yo.
Who is this paladin?
Which is fine.
He's just like, I no longer needed those items. They have some value. I'm sure they would have exchanged it for the boy. I didn't want to send your lot. You are guests. And looking at you all seem to be toting weapons. It was just going to lead to more bloodshed.
You're an idiot.
That might be your opinion, but unfortunately...
Oh, that might be the fact of this world that you think pacifism is what's going to get you to survive. If you really thought that, you wouldn't be traveling with soldiers, would you? Fucking idiot. Pacifism gets you nowhere but 6 feet in the ground. You understand me? You would have rode out there with those 2 trinkets that would have kept the boy, kept the trinkets, and kept your fucking head on a stake. You're an idiot.
I
And
guess
if
we'll
you're the
never know
type,
now.
oh no, we would have known. That's a guaranteed fact, because that's what I would have did. And I'm a normal human being. Well, maybe not so normal. Not anymore.
He's just
You,
kind of like, violence doesn't solve the problems. It just leads to more.
which solves more problems, that solves more problems, that solves more problems.
It's an
If you
endless
have a,
cycle.
you're right, but it's a needed cycle. Unfortunately, when someone's holding a knife to your throat, you ain't talking your way out of it. You're not me. Sometimes a kick in the teeth is a kick in the teeth. And sometimes someone needs a kick in the teeth. You
We
played a
must
very, you
see
played a
all other options first.
You played a stupid game tonight. You could have cost those people who went and did the right thing their lives because of your bullshitism. We told you we had a handle on it. You let things lie. This ain't your world. When it comes to this sort of thing, this is our world, my world. You want to live in the shadows? I'll happily put you there. Until then, stay the fuck out of our way. You really think pacifism is the be-all and end-all? Then why are you traveling with soldiers? Why did you need help? Why do you need guards? Why do you need weapons?
We carry no weapons.
No, you don't. We do. The ones who protect you, that you chastise after for using violence. Telling you, you lot in life are just fucking weird. And it's even weirder that you're coming after a kid who seems to be a little bit more important than you're letting on. So I'm gonna ask you again, what's so important about the child? You better be honest with me.
I've known the boy since his birth. I've made mistakes. I knew his family. I watched his parents die. I swore to protect the boy.
Now you're gonna protect him. Couldn't protect his parents. Makes you think you're gonna protect him. How'd his parents die?
I'd rather not discuss this.
Yeah, something you failed to do, I imagine. You're just like the rest of them. Any real sign of trouble, you turn tail and run. And you blame it on violence makes the world's bad. Nah. You just... people like you make me sick. Alright, turn around. Let's get this over with. I'll start walking back to the horse.
He'll start making his way to the horse as well.
I'll take the rope I imagine I have him bound with and I'll let out like 10 feet and I'll tie it to the back of the bridle. Like, little bit of walking, clear your mind. And I'll kick the horse into a pretty brisk walk. So if he doesn't jog to keep up, he's getting dragged back to the camp.
Okay. And then you're just gonna do that till the. Are you still gonna pull him into camp like that?
Oh yeah, 100%. What are they all gonna do? Yell at me?
When you get to camp, yeah, they will pretty much just holler at you, and they'll run over and like somebody will. If you don't release them, they'll kind of just run over and like cut the rope,
Yeah, that's fine.
and then they'll bring him back to his like back to the camp, and a couple of the ladies will run over, and Serena and Lucy run over, and they'll tend to him, and then they'll check if if you're listening, you'll overhear them asking like where's Tam, and kind of thing. And he'll just be like, oh, don't worry, I'm hopeful the others will bring him back. If not, I'll head back out in the morning to save him.
Mm-hmm. Hail the conquering hero.
And then, so where are you headed from there?
I'll wait at the entrance towards camp and I'll wait for the rest of the group to come.
Okay. So for the rest of the journey, you guys are heading out. Tam will be in and out of sleep and whatnot.
I'm going to root through some of the carts, or the cart that we're bringing back, because the bandits took it with them. Took it from the caravan. I just want to see what's in it and see if there's anything that I can use.
It's mainly foodstuffs
Mm.
and like dehydrated veg, and it's pretty much just a supply cart for the most of it. There's no real gold or anything like that. There are like usable materials, like some leathers and stuff like that, like pre-tanned and.
I might be able to use this. I'll leave it there for now, though. It's like, hey, Taverick.
Yep.
When are we going to get to the next settlement, out of curiosity? Do you have any idea how long it might take?
Oh, along the caravan. Hold on. Let me see. Do we have a physical map, or do we just
You have like
players?
an atlas book.
Okay.
that-
You have a Pearlies.
pretty much.
Here. I'm driving. Someone else take this and do some evaluation. What do you think, Mike? How long before we get to the next like town?
Downtown, you're probably like 2 days off.
Okay, and is that before or after?
Or a
The
little longer than that. Like 3 days, 4 days.
Is that before or after the fork that we're going to be eventually be hitting?
Looking at the map, which I no longer. I guess I do still have it open. Okay,
Why?
so you guys are coming. You guys left Jirkala.
Mhm.
This waterway is what you've been following.
Yes.
You're over halfway through. You're at that kind of dip down.
Okay, so
That point
Arvi-
south. You're in that little
Arvi
valley
or
there.
Arvi next place.
Yeah, Arvi is your next one. Then you'll be hitting another town the next couple days after that, and then beyond that town, it's quite a while till your next town,
Okay.
which you're getting closer to the split, which is right around. The knights will ditch you in Ditchin.
Of course they will. Perfect.
So,
okay.
like,
So, 3 days.
Ditchin?
3 days?
3 to 4 days, yeah. Sometime.
How do we have any idea how big the settlement is? Bach is doing math in his head.
Oh, I don't know.
It's hard to like. The
One
maps
of
you
us-
guys have don't have like sizes of towns. You've probably overhearing you found. I'll let two of you who have probably talked to a fair amount of people give me a. Just give me a straight charisma with. Yeah, charisma.
I'm not in this cart, so I can't participate in this conversation.
I guess I'll do charisma. I'd rather make a history check, honestly.
But it's not a historical information. This is just from chitter chatter you've had. At
I
the caravan.
learned history from the shit.
Bach can make a charisma check. It's fine.
Go for it.
Me and Bach will do it, I guess.
No, I won't.
No, I won't. Number one.
I rolled a 6. No, I won't.
So
Can I roll
through the
for fun, even though I'm
Ever
not
since that old lady yelled
God,
at me.
you both
that's
failed. I'm
obvious.
also gonna roll for fun, and I have disadvantage. We'll see.
God
Nice.
damn you, almost.
so you would
Was
have
it
an idea that
persuasion?
Oh, I got a 1 too.
Charisma?
charisma.
I think
Mine
mine's
would
a
have been a
negative 1.
15.
Yeah.
Well,
So you guys have an
Oh,
idea.
got it.
It's a mid-sized town because they would have talked about it also as Jirkala.
Oh, okay.
It's a
How
small
much-
to medium town.
mid-sized.
Hey, can I ask another question?
Yeah, sure. As many as you want.
How much gold do you have on you?
Oh, let me see. I'll remember from memory because I'm driving and I don't have time to count. But something like 1,959.
Can I have it?
No.
Why
Wait,
not?
why? Why?
Well,
Don't ask questions. Just give me all your money.
I just figure I was doing calculations in my head. If I buy all the components at the next town, for every 100 gold pieces I get, it will take me 3.5 days to produce an uncommon magical item.
Oh, okay.
So I figure I just mass produce a bunch of magical items and equip the entire party.
I mean, that's pretty good, actually. That's a good reason.
While we're traveling along, as long as we're not encountering anything dangerous, I can just work in the back of the cart and then proceed to just work away at it.
You said what's the math there? 100 gold for an item?
Yeah, 3.5 days to produce.
How about this? How about shit?
If you don't want any magical items, that's fine.
No, I do. Hold on.
Wait.
Wait.
Oh, that's okay. I'll go ask somebody else.
Here, I'm
This is
trying
a
to
one-time
say,
offer. What do you
I'm
want to
trying to
respond
multitask.
now? You're out. You're up
Here's
forever.
here's 500.
Woo! Sweet.
Okay. Subtracting 500, Mike.
Okay.
Adding 500 a buck.
That's enough. I think I couldn't even use that many items, but that seems like it's contributing.
Okay. Bach is going to proceed to go to the next person. Do his sales pitch to everybody, pretty much, one at a time.
Oh,
Throw
Bach's
in.
going around with the collection plate.
Well, you've already heard the pitch. We don't need to hear it 6 times. Who's throwing in?
I'm not there, so
Well, he's not. He's going around to everybody. He's just getting off.
Yeah.
He's on a block. He's on.
Brutus.
Well, I get off the
Brutus.
cart. I go back on the Brutus. I ride up next to people. I give them my sales pitch.
Assuming he
see
has a
if
little
they're-
bell he rings as he approaches.
Aviana's not listening. Straight up. She
Almost
is
dead.
like. She's like. Yeah. She's basically like one. You know how you like when you fall asleep sometimes, but you can kind of like you're still kind of awake. That's where she's sitting right now.
That's where Tam is also sitting right
Not
now.
lit.
Sweet.
Oh.
Anybody else? I'm keeping track of who gives what.
Dolly is focused on driving and is like a teenager who's like very terrified, but also is confident. And, yeah. Ask more people tomorrow.
I don't want to have a separate spot in my notes tomorrow, guys. Can we just
Just
tell him
leave
to
some
give him-
spaces because I don't know.
Oh, for once we come up to it. Yeah. So tomorrow, when Aviana is still feeling like garbage, but at least is awake, she'll be like, "Yeah, just grab 200 from
Sweet.
stuff for now."
There you go.
Wait, so
Wait a second.
What's
You said
going
3
on?
days? That's too much math. I don't want to do it right now.
It's
Tam's like also like, I'll take a couple hundred gold as well. He kind of sticks his hand through the cage.
All right.
I'm just looking at.
the child.
I hit 10th level. Bach hit 10th level as an artificer. When you look at the mechanics on in what is it? Is it Xanthers or is it Tasha's that has the mechanics on item crafting? It's for an uncommon magical item. It normally takes 2 weeks and 200 gold pieces worth of materials. However, anything that's common or uncommon, I now take only quarter of the time and half the gold cost
Nice.
to produce it now.
Yep.
Which is terrifying.
Well,
Yes, it is.
now is this a permanent item or is this like one of your
No, it's a permanent item. This is me using
Okay.
the actual crafting mechanic.
Yeah, I'll probably give you some money. I'm just
well, there's
not
spots for
like,
you guys
I'll-
in my notes if
we'll
you
figure it out.
It's-
game time.
This sounds cool. Get some nice shoes
This
or
archery are
something.
uncommon. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
great.
like Mike's not giving us magical items, so I'm gonna give us magical
Mike is giving us magical items.
You all have magical items. You have
Yeah,
growing
we got a
artifacts.
lot of stuff. We got a lot. We got a lot of
You're
stuff.
level
I'm just
10.
messing. I'm just
Per the
messing
book,
with
you're
Mike.
supposed to have like
I
one
have
green
four-
and one
I have
blue.
4 magic items
Fuck
right
the
now.
book, Mike. This is a homebrew.
I have 4 magic items.
Now
right
Taverick's gonna have like 5 green at this point.
now.
I have 2.5. Ugh.
Wait till the storm comes that removes all incantations from items. That'll be
Uh,
Oh.
Add it to that chaos chart we're making.
Exactly. Yeah. For 3,000, no, for 10 points, you can remove enchantments from the player's items.
Oh, that's not.
For 10,
Wait, who can?
No.
you get 300 for showing up to the stream for the first time.
Exactly.
No.
So, so the rest of your ride, if no one's doing anything, can go uneventful. Is anybody checking on the child, or you're just kind of ignoring them and just...
I've got a spell on him, baby. If something happens, I know. Well, I know if the spell breaks.
He's just going to sleep.
Yeah, he's just in and out of sleep. He's having trouble like fully sleeping because it's been a cuckoo bananas day.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, but the sleep was suggested.
Magic.
He's trying his best. Yeah.
Yeah, I suggest my children go to sleep every fucking night. It doesn't work too well.
Use magic, you know?
Just
You
use
can use
that.
magic.
That's what I'm doing wrong. I'm just using threats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, empty threats versus magic. I mean, come on.
Oh, who said empty?
All right, we make it back to the caravan.
Touche, Mike. Touche.
And so so you guys arrive back to camp with with the carts, and you see a tabaxi on a horse, kind of staying around the entrance. Beyond them, about another like 40 feet, you see the caravan kind of stopped, and you see people just kind of standing there and kind of keeping a bit of watch. And then you see some hustle and bustle, but a little more than normal for this late at night. You would assume they would have bedded down, but there's been some excitement, so you probably would assume that's what's going on.
I'll ride up to Tavruk and just kind of tap him in the belly. How'd it go?
Rude.
You
That's good.
feel skin, not armor, when you tap,
Mm.
which is
Mhm.
the rock hard abs, by the way,
Oh,
making that canon.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Well, I don't know
we
about
already knew that.
they're definitely.
No, I'm gonna say it's gonna be like the guys in like the
Rock hard
strongman
beer
competitions.
belly?
It's like a
Okay.
solid.
Yeah,
mass.
they're
Just one
definitely
slab.
firm, but he's not like shredded. Yeah, it's like
No.
a thick. It's a
Kind-
thick like
A
you know,
deadlifter.
Like a thick boy.
Yeah,
It's like a thick
yeah,
boy.
that's what I'm going for with his aesthetic. So yeah,
Okay.
a big
Now that we've
functional
clarified
muscle
that.
dude.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. The kid's fine.
She don't look so good.
That's
Because I
why
can
the
see how
kid's fine.
Well, it
I'll
looks
hop.
like garbage.
I'll hop in the car.
A
I'll
hand
hop in the
comes up,
car.
just middle finger.
it
I'm gonna-
picks through the back.
You're gonna feel a very cold, wet nose on your finger. You go, you okay?
Been better.
You want me to fix it?
You can try.
I reach into her face and I pull her shadow out as it's coming out of her body. Like you can kind of hear this incorporeal scream as your shadow's like fighting to get back into your body. And I go, it's okay. And I just blow it back into your body and I'll cast Greater Restoration.
Ooh.
Ooh, what does that do?
Are the diamonds for that?
Greatly restored.
Yeah. Positive energy into undoing effect. You can reduce the target's exhaustion level by 1. And how many levels do you have?
3.
Well, since we're gonna go to sleep, I'll pump 2 into you.
I'm gonna make a DM call and say I'm only gonna let you remove because this is special exhaustion. One
This is
level.
garbage.
Okay, that's fine.
Narrative
Because
exhaustion.
this is not normal exhaustion. This is like you've been magically exhausted by.
This isn't just normal darkness.
This is darkness bullshit. This is some
advanced
Bloodhunter
darkness.
bullshit.
I'm like, if I'm gonna give you made up bullshit abilities, I'm putting fucking cat's paw on them.
Yep.
You have
That's
to, it's
valid.
fair. I
So
like
the only
it.
reason it was able to him because he literally uses a cat's paw
Yeah, there
because
you
it's
go.
his hand.
I was waiting for that.
Comedy.
Cha.
I'll look at like it looks like it does something, but it looks like it doesn't do too much. And I'll go, do you wanna sleep with a cat tonight?
What?
I'm gonna park the caravan and let you guys sleep.
what's happening?
I mean, like a cat. It'll
Like a guy,
it'll make you feel better.
Okay.
So I'll take the ring and I'll kind of spin it as it spins on my finger. It'll stop and I'll go, okay, Mittens, get out. And you'll see like a little black cat just like
I'll be back.
outside of my ring and just kind of curl up on you and just plop itself down. Don't lose her.
Okay, just petting cat just in cart. Thanks, by the way.
No problem. You look like shit.
I feel like it too. Better now, but not. Still shit.
I'll see if I can fix you one more time in the morning.
Appreciated.
The last one's gonna hurt though.
Oh, maybe I'll just suffer.
Nah, I'll fix you.
Aviana's catchphrase.
I'll just suffer.
Maybe I'll just suffer.
I'll hop back onto the horse and go back to Tavruk. So, how bad was it?
Which part?
The men, they all dead?
Yeah, yep,
Good.
yeah, super. They tried
Nice.
to set us on fire, but they kind of set themselves on fire in the process. It was kind of cool actually. It felt good. It felt
play with-
like actually really good.
Play with fire, gonna get burned.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't though. That's the thing.
Well, I guess. You impervious to it, or?
I wouldn't say impervious, but it's definitely not as bad.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I don't think the back of the caravan's gonna be too friendly for me. So I might keep that aside for a bit.
Okay. Well, if stuff pops off, let us know. We'll do the
They
same.
won't. They won't do
Brooke,
shit.
give me a perception check.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I do those. Okay. This dice. Sang. Ooh. 14.
So, as Quill says that, you kind of like look around and you can see that there's a lot of people like watching. Not with like evil intent, but just wary of your group.
Oh. We should have done this first. One sec, and I'll hop off, and I'll go to the back, and I'll open the cage up, and I'll just kind of pick Tam up in my arms, in my.
You're not hollering child for sale or anything.
No, I don't want. I don't want them. I don't want their first vision of him and us returning him as him in a cage. So I will open it up and take him out and just kind of hold him and find Grandma.
Yeah, I'll
Serena.
go with him.
Yeah. So I'll just walk up towards everybody, not really saying anything, just holding him kind of in my arms and see. I'm assuming he's either still asleep or just kind of out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Serena and Lucy run up and grab it. Like, she takes him and she, yells at Lucy, go get him some food and some water. I'll bring him to Luthander's tent. And so they head that way. And as she takes, 4 steps, she stops and turns and she's just like, thank you. Thank you for bringing back my boy.
Of course.
And then she starts heading back to the tent. And as you do that, you see a lot of people are kind of looking at you guys, but then look back at Quill, then look back at you guys and look back at Quill kind of thing.
Hail the real conquering heroes.
Sorry about all that. That was scary, I'm sure, but luckily the boy is safe, and hopefully no one threatens us again as we are on the road. You all keep up the good work.
Salute the captain.
Were you talking to us?
No, to the
Oh.
people who are staring.
I'm still
at me.
saluting
Oh.
Tavrook.
Don't do that.
Don't do
They're
it
just kind of
awkwardly.
No
They-
one's asking for that. Stop, please. Please
They
don't.
look very
Oh, Captain,
not confused, but unsettled. Like they are happy, but they're also kind of apprehensive about this.
Well, used to those looks. I guess we'll undo these horses and get ready for the actual night's sleep I think we were about to have.
Some people
Oh,
come
yeah.
over and get the supply carts and try to put them back where they would have been and take the horses and feed them and feel you don't interfere with that. They'll just kind of take the horses
don't-
and whatnot.
They don't touch my horse.
Oh, not your horse. No, the
Oh,
ones
no.
that are attached to the carts.
Yeah. I just go and wait for Jezebel to come over. Check her for scratches.
She's fine. What'd you expect?
Whole flanks burnt. No, I'm just kidding.
We kept the horses safely away.
The
from
horses
fire.
were safely away from the blaze.
Yeah.
I wanted
But,
I wanted to use your horse and fight something, but I knew
You should have.
I just didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Can't
As
hurt
much as I
Jezebel.
as much as I like riding horses and fighting things while riding horses. I don't like seeing horses get hurt.
Kind of
So
gonna
it's
come with the territory, though, no?
balanced. I do my best. I found ways to kind of defend them and draw the fire my way most of the time, but it doesn't always work.
Fair. Well,
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's night stuff. Shit. All right.
were they pretty tough or no?
One of them was. But again, bad matchup for him. But yeah, that was the rest of them were kind of just regular bandit types. It was weird. It didn't make sense that there was a magic user that powerful hanging out with a bunch of run-of-the-mill bandits. I don't understand that exactly, but
Well, you can buy anybody with any kind of power for any kind of goal, right?
yeah.
If you have a bunch of highwaymen getting your ass handed to you all the time, you're gonna come across someone who's a little bit tougher than you. Good help pays, right?
That's true. But just for like 2 carts worth of like random food, like it's not like this was some like
I don't know.
luxurious setup. I don't know.
I got a feeling there's something more to it, and that Luthander weirdo ain't saying much. I'll get it out of him.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I mean, something happened. I'll kind of make sure none of the like caravan folks are around. And I'll just
Oh
kinda
no,
go,
they already don't like me.
oh, okay. Well, something was going on with the kid. He was something had a hold of him. I don't exactly understand what caused that, or how long it had been there, or if it was new, or if it was just a happenstance. But that's why Aviana's the way she is right now. She kind of cured him.
So some of that darkness juju y'all talking about.
Best I can guess. I didn't see it, but yeah.
I
Based
don't
on what they described.
I don't think it was pre-existing. She's been doing checks the whole time we've been with these people.
Maybe, I don't know. He got pretty fired up when I handed him a hand axe. He started going full like die, die, die. Like he kind of really went in for it, but I don't know. Lots of people do it the first time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't everybody.
So I didn't think anything of it. But
The first thing I did when I got a sword was just die, 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 you know?
yeah, but the next day were you leaking black smoke?
No, but that was before all of this.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems weird. But
Sounds weird.
he's fine now. Whatever happened, he's fine.
I don't know if it does sound weird. We know that when people are in dangerous situations and they're not, maybe they're not in a good place, that darkness can take over.
Yeah,
And being, captured is definitely not a good place to be, especially not for a child. I know that there's a lot we don't understand about this darkness, but I don't think he was infected previously. I think he was in a dangerous situation and the darkness found something to feed off of.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that how it works now?
I mean,
Seen it do
we
that
don't.
before. Usually, it's in cases of terrible grief, like when the city was destroyed and a lot of people lost family members, and then the collective kind of negative energy literally turned people into like crazy monsters.
He was
So,
also
that happened, but like I don't see anyone. I don't know. There's got to be something more going on than just getting accidentally kidnapped because you were hanging out in the supply crate.
But we gotta ask ourselves, why was he there?
He sleeps in the supply crate. We don't know why, but
we know he likes to hide there.
It's a safe space.
So what's he need to be safe from?
No, you're probably right. I just don't know.
It could have been a lot of things piling on.
Probably doesn't have many friends. We usually don't see him playing with the other kids. Probably just feels like an outcast already.
And I mean, I know what it's like to feel like an outcast at that age. Your emotions are volatile.
Yeah. Sure, this won't help. Maybe he did. They pulled it all out. Maybe he's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, maybe it was all the combined things that led to him being filled with darkness.
Maybe. Maybe it just finds people innately attuned to it. Everybody got a little bit of darkness in them. Maybe
I
just
guess
finds the
that's
ones that are a
true.
little bit stronger, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna go. What? What are you?
I thought of a thing that I shouldn't say, but it made me laugh in my brain.
You should say it then.
You should say it if it's so funny.
Will get us demonetized.
What was the line you said? Quill.
Which one? Everyone's got a little darkness in them.
But they could always have more.
I thought you were gonna start
Yeah.
singing "Ass Man." That's what I thought.
Tally doesn't have a
No.
penis.
Sorry.
I'm
Continue.
gonna leave this conversation and I'm gonna go find Tam.
I think Lathander's hiding something. This kid's more important than he's letting on. Keep an eye on him.
Oh, sure.
I don't believe a damn word that guy says. Pacifist.
Well,
Oh, by the way, what was in that box?
there was he brought a shield that was magic, right? Box making things. I think he said it was magic, and then some armor, some really lightweight like chainmail. It's pretty nice stuff. It was good, it was well kept.
So he was going to trade for the boy back.
Seems like it.
That's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You show up with 2 magic items looking like a frail old thing and be like, hey, here's some shit. Why don't you go ahead and give me that boy back? Any guy in his right mind's going to go, oh, that boy's important, and you just brought me things I can huck for gold?
For the record, Luthander is not that old. I know everyone thinks he's like this decrepit, like 80-year-old man.
I'm Luthander. I'm here to
Old
trade
Elven
things
man.
for the boy.
More or
He's
less.
Elven. How old
He's
does
like-
he look?
He's, I believe he's half elf. No, he's full elf.
You said half elf.
Yeah, half elf. He's a half elf, and he's probably in his like 50s.
Oh, I love the young people.
Oh, I love the young people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get it. I mean, you don't know as well, but I mean, you know my style. I'm with you. But I mean, I get it. My first concern when we got there is we walk in and they've got a knife to the kid's throat.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? As soon as we try to make a move, they just kill him.
Yeah.
So that was my immediate concern. Luckily, Almas is a badass and was able to just immediately make that not a problem and teleport the kid away so we could go full reckless abandon. And it made things much easier. But I was definitely worried about that. So I mean, I get wanting to come with a bargaining chip. Whether it was short-sighted or not, I get where he's coming from.
Short-sighted doesn't begin to describe these people. They live a fantasy. But whatever.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna ride around the camp for a bit. I'll keep an eye out. I'll take the first watch too. Y'all can get some sleep.
sleep sounds good.
Atali, you're heading towards the camp you were saying, correct? Sorry, to Luthander's tent where you saw them carry off Tam.
Yes.
And is anybody going with Tally or just hanging out with the rest of them?
No, I'll almost go to bed. He got to put up the.
Oh,
I can't leave once I put up the bubble. So it is what it is.
Okay.
I have a cat, and I'm flying on top of my bedroll. I'm just out.
Yeah, I figured you'd be.
Bach
And
is just writing lists of ingredients he needs.
You're busy at work.
Mhm.
So, Tally, as you make your way towards Luthander's camp, you get the odd little bit of not cut eye, but like just uncomfortable looks. Not
And
too
used to
uncommon for you. You do eventually have Lucy come up to you, and she's just like, "Thank you for saving my brother. Here," and she hands you like a little, like a handful of stuff. She goes to put into your hands.
What's this?
It's 2 copper, 5 silver, like 2 dried flowers, and like a little doll.
Aw.
If he was cute.
I will take the dried flowers and I will tuck them behind my ear, and I, I'll I'll accept this, but you keep this.
He's kind of
And
like,
as
I'm
I'm
sorry, it's not
putting the
much.
stuff back into her hands, I'm gonna slip her a gold. But I don't want her to see it
Okay.
until she opens her hands.
Her hands, as you put your hands over them, are kind of, you can feel them shaking a
Right.
bit.
It-
And so she just kind of like shoves it in her pouch. Like she doesn't even really look at what, she doesn't notice at all. Like she's half out of it. Her brother's gone missing. Her grandmother's been freaking out. And so she's just like, oh, yeah, I should get back to helping before grandma yells at us. And she starts to
Are
run
you
towards.
going
Oh.
are you going back to Tam?
Yeah.
I'm going that way too. I'd love to check on him. I'll
Okay.
come with you. And I'll walk with her.
Okay. It's not too far. You guys walk to the tent. Are you trying to strike up conversation with her along the way, or what's? Or are you just kind of keeping quiet?
No, I'll strike up conversation.
Okay.
So do you know what Tam was doing hiding in the supply cart?
Stupid idiot. He always hides there. I don't know. Like, we all know he hides there. I don't know why he goes there. Like, we just pretend we don't know about it, but we all know. He always hides there.
What is he hiding from?
We play hide and seek most nights.
Oh, okay. So
Idiot just hides there. It's so stupid.
yeah,
Like,
I
there's so many
mean,
good, better places.
exactly. And there's so much I could teach you and him about, hiding. And if I can, at some point, I want to kind of dip out of sight mid-conversation and then like reappear. So she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, I'll do that at some point."
Okay. She's easily impressed.
Yes, obviously.
And she's like, she just kind of mutters. She's like, I don't think Grandma's gonna let us play hide and seek anytime soon.
Yeah, she's just worried. But we'll make sure that nothing else happens to you guys.
Yeah. She doesn't have to worry about us. Yeah. Just kind of mutters to herself.
Um, like this, but he's never hiding from anyone besides you, right?
No, but he likes to have his alone time and whatnot.
Boys.
He just kind of like looks away. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a little brother or a big brother. I had a little sister.
Aren't little siblings the worst?
Kind of. I mean, you still love them, but they're annoying.
I don't know. I'd trade that one for a sack of potatoes. Be more useful.
I don't think you would. If that were true, you wouldn't be as upset as you are now.
As you say that, she like kicks a rock and whatnot and just kind of like tries to hide her emotions a little bit. You're getting the vibe. You know you're right.
I know I'm right.
So she just kind of, by this time you guys are getting pretty close to the tent, you can hear talking and stuff like that.
Can I make out anything from outside the tent?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not bad. 14 plus 11, that's a 25.
So you would just hear. It sounds like Serena's trying to treat, and another voice you're not sure of is trying to. It sounds like they're trying to treat somebody,
Mm,
and you just hear like a "I'm fine, deal with the boy" kind of thing.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pop my head in.
Yeah, so you and Lucy walk in. You see Tam asleep on the side there on like a small bed, like a small cot, like
Mhm.
a bedroll type of thing. It's not a large or fancy tent. Luthander, even though he's like the quote unquote head of the caravan, he isn't like it's not a position as per se. It's more of a he's just been kind of thrust into a leadership role of this caravan. Looking around, yeah, you see another caravan member. Looks like they have some sort of medical training, but not very much. It's not like a doctor or anything like that. It's just trying to, you know, touch up some of like Luthander's got some wounds on him and stuff like that. He's got his side of his face is still bruised from the initial attack from when you originally saw him. He's got a few more scrapes and bruises. You rolled what, a 25 for perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll let that carry on through. His wrists have like rope burn on them and stuff like that. You see his clothes are dirty and whatnot. A few more cuts and scrapes around the face area.
Um, how are you guys doing in here? Do you need some help?
Landers kind of looks up. He's like, "We're fine. They should be looking after the boy. He's been through enough. I'll be fine. I've been through worse."
Are you sure?
He just nods his head, and you see like Serena kind of look over and sees Lucy. Lucy, where have you been? I told you not to stay away from, go too far from from the tent.
Oh,
You should be watching your brother.
she was standing right outside.
I don't know what if I would do if I'd lost you too. And she's like gives Lucy like a giant hug, and like squeezes her real tight.
Does it look like they're using healing magic or just trying to heal?
They're just trying to heal. Like there's no magic being used here. They're just like it's pretty much a damp cloth kind of blotting and trying to wipe a little bit. Now it would be like closer to dry blood on the side of the face and whatnot.
Okay.
And he's kind of just kind of
I
shooing them away.
I am going to use my beacon of hope. Um, and so I'm just gonna kind of like hold my necklace and like close my eyes for like a minute, and I'm gonna think of like things that I love, like my family and my sister, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna cast my beacon of hope, and I'm going to go around and start doing what little bit of healing I can, and I'll start with Tam. I keep saying Tam. And then I'll move on to Luthander.
Okay.
And they'll just take max from my healing word, which is gonna be 7.
Okay. Tam doesn't have any real physical damage to him. It seems
Okay.
most of the damage he has sustained is emotional.
Okay.
Luthander, on the other hand, does. You see cuts and bruises kind of heal up, and he just kind of looks at you and he goes, "Thank you, but that's unnecessary. Small
Uh,
scrapes and bruises are just reminders."
Well, I wanted to help.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry, where are my manners? Thank you for saving the boy. It seems I have failed him again.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's not your fault he was taken. It's not your fault that we were attacked. It's as much your fault we were attacked as it is my fault or the guard's fault or anyone's fault.
These are crazy times we're in.
Yeah. So don't beat yourself up too much. I mean, you tried. We just kind of beat you to it.
As he kind of like, they're still like crushing, but he goes, "It seems in more ways than one."
What happened?
I just had a discussion with your friend, and we have a difference of opinion.
Insight check.
Okay.
I believe him completely.
There you go.
Pass it out on the ground.
I think it's I don't know what it
She
is.
thinks too
Yeah.
hard as an
It was a
aneurysm. It was
So he
one.
just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
rolled
dismisses
one.
it and just when he goes, I'm just happy the boy's back here and safe. Hopefully this is the last of his troubles. He's
Well-
had a hard life.
What happened?
To the
Like,
boy?
I know everyone's. Yeah, I mean, I know everyone's having a hard life right now. Given
Tim's
this.
he just kind of he looks like he's gonna say something. He's just kind of like, I do not know if this is my story to tell.
I mean, if you don't tell me, I'll find out somehow.
And he just kind of looks over to Serena. And she's just like looks over at Lucy and she's just like, Lucy, go fetch us some fresh water. But she's like, but grandma, the water is Lucy, go fetch us some water, please. Yes, grandma. Don't go too far from camp. But the rivers, I said, don't go too far from camp. Go get the water. She's kind of, and she kind of throws open the thing to the tent and like closes it like, grandma. And so she's just kind of like, you just see like Serena kind of look over and Tam just kind of looks at Serena and she just kind of like nods, giving him kind of approval. She's just like, we met a few years ago. There were bandits who were constantly attacking Serena's village. And at that point, I was a younger, more brash man. And they kept being charged protection money from some sort of low-level bandits and whatnot. I was a bit of a traveling mercenary at the time, helping out where I can, and came along to their village in the southern part of in Magram. And as I made my way through, I assisted the town, drove off the bandits, and whatnot. And they're like, yeah, he saved our town. He just kind of like shakes his head. No, I didn't save the town.
Magram is a long way away from here. What?
It's not that far, actually. If you it's like would be like a couple weeks north from where you guys currently are.
Oh, okay.
Because
And so he's just kind of like,
right?
what was that?
It connects to Pyria, right?
It connects to both the top of Puria and Revlon.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I thought that it was. I thought you had to take a boat.
Matt, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, continue. Tally
And
would
he-
know that, so we'll brush over that.
Yeah. So he just kind of says like, I thought these bandits claimed to have a powerful boss, and this is what they used to strike fear into the townsfolk. So I became quite good friends with James. He's just like Tam's father. And his mother, Husana. And he's just like, they were very important people in the town. And she just, as he mentions Husana, you just kind of see Serena just kind of like clutch her shirt a little bit and just kind of breathe a little heavier. And he just kind of reached over, like puts an arm on her, like puts his hand on her arm. And he's just like, I rallied the townsfolk, mistakenly teaching them how to defend themselves and teaching them that violence was the answer. And the next time the bandits showed up, with my help, we drove them off. It didn't take much, but the bandits ran off with their tail tucked between their legs, shouting, "We'll be back, our boss won't like this," and I've met men like them before. The threats of more powerful men always were that, just lies and nothing more. So with my job done, I moved on to the next town to see where I could be of use. Another year or so later, I came back to visit to see how my friends were doing, and the town was nearly destroyed. turns out there was a more powerful boss who these low-level bandits were working for.
I mean, you can't blame yourself, though. I mean, yeah, okay, you did teach them how to stand up for themselves, but I would argue it would have been worse if you'd have just let them continue to be pushed around. People lose their lives, and it's terrible and horrible and should never happen, but how many more people would have lost their lives if they didn't stand up?
Town would probably still be there. The rest of them had to
Maybe.
flee the town. Pretty much every able-bodied person in the town was taken. And upon saying that, Serena kind of clutches her
Pearls.
pearls again, kind of like,
Mm.
She goes,
I don't
they would have
think
been lighter in the coin purse, but they'd all still have their lives.
until they can't make coin anymore, what do you think happens to people who can't pay?
Hold scene. Hold on 1 second.
Is it Craig? All right.
So, after returning to my friends, I will not lie. I was more upset than I had ever been in my whole life. I swore vengeance. I went and I found this man who burnt down their village and destroyed the lives of my friends. And I took my shield and I struck. And I struck. And I struck. Till there was nothing left. Then after that day, I swore to never raise that shield again.
I can't
And
say
that
I
is
have
when
to
this caravan started. We knew there had to be a place where violence wasn't the answer, where we could find our sanctuary, where we could live out our days in peace, provide a proper life for Tam, he motions to him, and motions to the door and Lucy.
Well, as much as I respect that, um, I can say that for us, sometimes violence is the answer. And we'll do our best not to bring it onto you guys and have any retaliation come towards you, but we're not going to stand by and be told to leave something be when a child's life is at stake. And I will gesture to Tam.
I understand.
Those bandits will not be coming back.
I figured as much.
Neither will their druid.
Oh, they had one of those?
Had being the operative word.
They can be tricky.
So can I. And I'll smile.
He kind of smiles back. He goes, I get that impression.
That's the impression that I get.
Well, I'll leave you.
My belongings, do you know what happened to them?
I do.
Okay.
Do you want that shield?
Insight check, please.
The DM asking for an insight check. Hey, let me tell you if I want to tell you this.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
Skip numbers.
not bad. Not bad.
Okay.
That is a 16.
Okay. He kind of shakes his head no. But upon the mention of his shield, you see his left arm kind of flex a little bit into how a person would be holding a double strap buckler to their arm. You see his feet kind of like grind into the dirt a little bit more, like, and he's just kind of like, I don't think I do. And but looking into his eyes, you're just kind of like, getting that vibe where like,
I will hold my amulet of a mare, which is shaped like a ruby heart.
Yep.
And I will say, I know where your heart lies.
he just kind of looks up and he's just like, follower of a mare.
I don't respond.
He just kind of like mutters to himself, I used to follow once.
Follow whom?
I was like, she's going to ask. I know she is, and I don't have the fucking list in front of me.
A mare? Oh, I thought you were gonna.
No,
say
he's
I
not
mean,
a follower from there.
He's a member of many
Which town
harems.
is it? We know it, Mike.
He is a follower
Sea god?
of
Make it someone we
Earth.
wouldn't expect.
Terra. There you go.
Sarah?
no Urus.
Oh, Urus.
Earth.
She said
Earth. I think you said Earth too.
No, sorry.
What's that one again?
He's
Justice.
a follower of Urus, which is the god of justice.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
You keep saying that, Jake.
That just seems like a paladin.
So he says Urus, or does he not?
We're
He
gonna
just
know.
kind of mutters it.
Can I gather that with my passive perception I hear him?
Yes.
Okay. You know, justice should always be as swift as the sword. And I'll just leave.
He's like, what the fuck?
He's about to say something, and he's like, oh, okay, I guess we're done this conversation.
I mean, he can definitely say something. I'll hear it.
He just kind of hears, like, as you're leaving, you just hear, like, I've never been partial to swords.
And then I'll just shout back, whatever you feel like. Any weapon is good.
And so, yeah, you leave it. As you're leaving, you almost get bumped into
Oh, bye. Lucy?
Lucy running back with the water.
Oh,
Give me a dexterity check.
oh, I am so good.
You're gonna
at
roll one.
dexterity checks. No, I'm not. I already rolled.
Don't be like that.
I almost is watching you, and you just got his port, and you have a 1 for this.
there's been so many ones that
He's-
tonight.
Almas is in a tent somewhere in the bubble,
But he can see out
That's
the bubble.
transparent, baby.
but you're in a tent.
I'm in a transparent. That's like I'm behind glass. I can't see anything. What? What are we talking about here?
What's your roll?
Either way, wait, are we doing
No,
my
he's
actual roll or is this a?
You're using your roll. I don't think he's doing anything.
No, I'm not. My portents are gone, anyways.
Oh, okay. So what was this? This was a dexterity check.
Yeah, dex check. So
Like
dex
just
plus
roll?
proficiency. Let's roll.
Okay, so would that just be
So
acrobat?
dex saving throw. Yeah. Do your dex saving.
Okay.
Or give me a
Alright.
sleight of hand. Yeah.
It would be an 18.
Yeah, so as you
It was
go,
saving throw.
like she's holding like a tray with like water on it, and as she stops and almost bumps into you, it goes to fall off, and you're just like, pow, and you put it back on the tray, like you drop this.
Okay.
But then she runs
I just
into the
like
tent.
catch all the glasses and one is in my foot and I'm like balance.
I was gonna say one lands on you catch it with your tail.
Ooh, yeah. I like that too. And I'll
And then
just
you put it all
Alright.
on the back on the tray, and she just goes inside to bring them the thing of water.
Good night, Lucy.
Night tally. He looks impressed.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Then I assume at this point you'll be heading back to the
Yeah.
transparent tent that cannot be seen through.
No, I thought we were in a tent, not just in the bubble, and that the tent was canvas. So my bad, Holmes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I assume you're heading back to the group. So
Yeah, and I'm going to if everyone is sleeping, I'll stay up a bit and I will identify his shield.
okay, is anybody still awake?
Not that I know of.
Tally's only been gone for like 20 minutes.
I've almost been asleep for 45.
Probably not.
Yeah,
But just
Box
for the
is
sake of
working
moving
away.
things along, we're going to sleep. Yes.
Okay, if you're gonna cast
Dead.
Identify the
Ariana's
shield.
been dead. Yes. I will cast Identify.
Okay, I don't have a thing made for it, but I will quickly tell you a couple key features.
Okay.
It is a shield of, I forget if it's either +1 or +2. It has the throne property.
Oh.
Da, 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 da. Fur, fur, fur.
Yeah, but he's not Chris Evans. He's the other guy.
Oh God.
And this weapon, one thing when you get from it is this weapon can only be wielded by a character with a good alignment.
Hmm. Okay. I think
And-
that's me. I think it's just
It's
me.
more than just you.
You
I
don't
don't
have a
know
good
what everyone-
alignment. Aren't you chaotic
do.
neutral?
No, I'm chaotic good, Holmes.
So, but yeah, it can only be wielded by a good aligned character, and it is a
What's
essentially
the
like
shape of it?
oh, it's
Is
round.
it round?
It's a round buckler with
Okay.
2 leather straps on the inside with the engraving on it.
What did the engraving say again?
Something about protect people at all costs, and they scratched out all
Protect.
costs or something.
Those who cannot protect themselves at all costs.
That sounds
and
right.
then the at all costs was scratched out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And there was something else too, right? It was the box.
There's Elven Chain and the
The box had Elven
itself.
Chain. That you guys have seen Elven Chain numerous times. I believe you have.
Yeah,
some
I'm
of it.
wearing some right now. But
I
was
gave
the
the box.
itself
Magical? No, the box is just a
Okay.
box. Just a small
With the
footlocker.
Elven chain inside. Okay.
Yeah, the chain was inside of it.
all right? Yeah.
So
After I
putting
finish
this all together, you kind of understand he was a quote unquote shield warrior.
Ooh.
For Eurus. All right, I will go to sleep.
Okay.
I'll take a few shots first because Tali, but you know.
Holly or Jenny?
I mean, aren't they the same person?
One has a tail, one does not.
You don't know what's in my pants.
Okay, on that note,
I'm just kidding. I don't have a tail.
Quill, is there anything you're just going for a ride around the camp?
Yep, mostly.
Okay, are you planning on bedding down for the night anywhere, or
Yeah, I'll eventually just see if I can pick out some murmurs or anything like that, but I'll eventually just settle up next to the what's it called? The tiny hut that's out there, and I'll probably just get Jezebel to bed down, and then I'll just sleep on the back of her.
okay? Yeah, if you head around, when you're riding around, when you go in their nights, they're just doing their thing. They're talking about, oh man, that was crazy. You see those flames? Yeah, fuck, I was so quick with those buckets of water. And they're all like talking about how they've, each one fought off like 3 demons, and like it's just getting bullshit stories left, right, and center. Everyone's talking themselves up. It doesn't, and then like anytime you get near the caravan, you see, like there's lots of whispers and they're hesitant. Word is obviously spread pretty quickly of you returning with their fearless leader dragging behind them, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so their bubble is like kind of in between, so I assume you'd be all like beside their bubble on the night side.
Yep, more or less.
Yeah, and then
Whatever's
unless
good.
there's something else anybody else wants to do, we'll come into the morning, and the morning is upon us. With your translucent bubble, the sun is fucking pierces it pretty
It's not
easily and quickly.
translucent, Mike. Let's not be silly.
And yeah, so it's morning time. Aviana, you still have 2 levels of exhaustion.
I do.
One was removed, and after this night going forward, night's rest will remove 1.
Yep.
We're back.
Working up a long
Sick.
rest.
Crying about it. Very tired.
Yeah, so it's morning time. Everyone's starting to start packing up. It looks like the caravan is, and the knights are all planning on getting moving.
Let's move.
Uh-huh. It'd take us 3 days to get where we need to go.
Yeah, roughly 3 days, and you guys will make it to the next town, which is
That-
Arvi.
Then I get to go
ARVI.
shopping.
At some point, I am going to copy a spell from Almus.
Okay.
It's just shield.
Hey, Almus, can I see your shoulder for like 1 second?
All right.
Just real quick.
Let me look at your bicep real fast.
And by real quick, I mean like an hour.
Just roll up your sleeves and let me look
I
at
need,
your
I need
arms
you to
for an
flex
hour.
for me real nice, just real quick.
Space muscles.
You little Voldemort muscle.
Got more strength than
You
have,
break his
So-
arms.
This I imagine is the
Dude.
shield, right?
Do all people of your species like tattoo spells on themselves, or is it just you?
No, they're not as dope as me.
So it's just you?
I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I'm one of the only ones.
Aren't you like worried that another wizard might want to covet your spell book and choose to flay you alive instead of just taking a book?
I mean, if they're gonna steal your book, they're probably gonna kill you anyways, right?
Well, not necessarily.
You also have to remember, Almus's tattoos aren't written in common.
That's true.
They are like Gith
Written in-
runes.
They're written in.
So
Gith
I'm trying to
language.
figure out the whole copying into spellbook with.
I guess I'd have to
you know,
tell
like-
her. I'd be like, "Here's what it is in your language, you plebe."
Yeah, so I'm gonna say it's gonna cost, if you're copying from Almus, the cost components, the gold components are the same.
Okay. Yeah.
The time is more. What's it normally for a spell?
An hour?
I don't know. Did you take a subclass?
No, I did not take that subclass.
You didn't take wizard. So normally it's
No, I did take wizard. I just didn't take that
you didn't take that
particular
one.
thing.
Normally it's 2 hours, I believe, per spell level.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
we'll put like a 1.5 modifier on it.
I mean, yeah, we're traveling anyways. It is what it is.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
So
it
it's not a
doesn't
big deal
matter.
right now, but later on it may play effect. Yeah, because it has to be translated, and so there's some effort that goes into that. That would take extra time.
It sucks. I just can't have him write it in my book. Like, here, Elvis, just write it down.
Yeah,
for
he
me.
wouldn't do that.
Translate it.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
I
think
know he
he'd
wouldn't.
want to do that anyways.
No, he would not.
And so, with this morning, goes through, the next day goes fine. By the time we get to the second day, and you're probably just a day away from, exhaustion is gone off your human.
My human.
Thank God.
Thank you.
Oh, since days have gone by, I've done a thing with the item.
Oh,
But
oh.
you don't have to worry about that,
Ooh.
Mike. That doesn't affect you.
I have to worry about everything. This is
I would have. There was one thing I wanted to ask you about
Yes.
too, while we were traveling, about changing something on an item. So I don't know if you have a particular item that you wanted to do already. If not, I have something I would like done.
Oh no, what now? You're trying to move the thing from an item to an item?
Yeah, if possible.
Well, what are you trying to do?
I would like, if it's possible, to take the +1 abilities of the Elven Chain and move it on to my basic studded leather.
Mike, that's up to you. Was
Which elven chain is this?
The one I wear.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to perform one of Almus's.
Let me roll my portents to see if it's even worth doing. Yeah, we can do it today.
Okay. Yeah, I would
Elven
like to
chain
do
is just
that.
a rare item,
Yeah,
or is it a common?
it's
It's
rare.
Okay.
I don't know how many
Basically, most of the things that come with Elven Chain are not relevant for moving it to studded leather. It's basically just the +1 is all
Yeah.
that's getting moved over.
Okay.
So I will do that, Mike.
All right. Let's perform the procedure.
Mm-hmm.
So on one of these nights, you're in your dome. You lay out your scroll.
Yeah.
As you get ready to perform the procedure, you see the 2 circles appear with all sorts of runes that you can't fully understand, but you don't read them, but you more of like feel them. And then you just, as you put the chain down in one of the circles, as you've rolled it out, as soon as you do and you start to focus on it, you see the strands, the weave, essentially like the puppet strings I had previously explained before. And let's start with, I believe last time I did a spell attack roll.
Attacks, yeah.
So give me a spell attack roll to sever the enchantment from this item.
24.
Oh,
That'll work. And as you kind of look at them, you pull at them, you just see them. So now it looks like they're still all attached to your fingers, and it's almost like they're floating in ethereal nothingness. They look weightless. And then I'm going to assume that the item that you plan on putting this has been placed in the other circle.
Yeah, I believe it's just her normal leather armor.
Studded leather.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it is a Arcana check to reinstate this.
Poo-doo-poo.
After.
What is my Arcana? I wonder if it's good.
it's the same as your
Yes.
spell attack, I think.
I'm assuming you have proficiency in Arcana as a wizard.
27.
God, I would hope so. Okay.
Yeah, so you're easily able to transfer it into it, and it is done. And yeah, it's carried over, no problem. It is a successful transfer, and mark it down in your thing as you now need like a week
A week of
cooldown.
downtime. Yeah. And I also believe, Mike, I don't know if this will play into stuff, but in season 1, when we use their items, they would level up. That is now 4 successful transfers. Just
Yeah.
letting you know.
Yeah. Jake,
Or-
make in your notes to remind me later on to come up with the third level of your items.
Very nice.
There's a week cooldown. Has a month gone by since the campaign started? Oh, it has.
Yeah.
Between the boat trip and shit, you're right.
All the travel and
Would
stuff,
I
yeah.
just mark?
A lot.
Would I just mark that as +1 studded leather?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Ooh.
And delete the elven chain from your. Just mark it, like delete that from your inventory and just add like one.
Chain shirt.
Yeah, it
shirt.
just counts as a chain shirt.
Yeah.
And now I have some new items stored in my Eye of Spell Storing.
Okay.
But that's just for me.
Ooh.
Is there anything else anybody wanted to get done in the next day or like the traveling of the days other than Bach doing his crazy shenanigans?
Tabruk is 2 things that don't need to be role played if you don't
No,
want them to. But
I
he's
put
gonna
boots on the dog that's doing
Okay.
this now.
he's gonna continue to check on Hector at night, the horse, and
Yep.
just make sure he's okay and hopefully like healing and stuff. And then he's gonna occasionally try to just like check out and hang out with Tam at points. And
Yeah,
maybe not
and
give
actually
him a
on
weapon, but
The day after the incident, Tam is nowhere to be found. He's pretty much in his tent and isn't pretty much allowed to see anybody as he like quote unquote recovers. But then the day after that, you kind of see him kind of doing Tam-like things where he just kind of looks at you. Then when you look over at him, he kind of things. And eventually, after like a day or two, like on the day before where we're kind of fast tracking to, he just kind of walks over to you, looking down at the ground. He's just kind of like, thanks.
oh hey, I forgot I was letting you recover before, but I got you something. I didn't get it. We made it, but and I'll pull out the wooden sword that was crafted.
By who? Okay.
We all made it.
Okay.
For you.
I'm not here.
As you look down the hill,
signed
it's
on
like
the bottom, yet signed,
burnt
made by
in like
Mo.
demonic ruins.
He would burned in like Monogaleri. He just reads it, looks at me, he's like, yeah, he probably was part of it. He helped.
It's all written in like abyssal though.
For sure it is. Yeah, this is for you since I knew you wanted to practice and stuff, but you can't use like real weapons yet. But I thought you'd like it.
Thanks.
And you were like super brave and cool and tough dealing with that whole situation with the bands. Couldn't believe it. Like
After your friend there I just remember being in the cage and then not being in the tent, and then I just remember waking back up at camp.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much all that happened.
What happened?
Yeah, I mean, we were in the cage. We got you out of there, and we made sure those people aren't going to hurt anybody ever again. And then you just kind of rested for a bit. You were really out of it from the whole situation, I think. But I'm glad you're feeling better.
He just kind of takes his sword and like turns it a few times and kind of like waves it a little bit around and stuff like that. He's just like, I'll learn to use this and no one will hurt us again.
We get a long trip. I'll make sure you know how to use it.
Just don't tell my grandma.
No, of course.
He just kind of like slides in the back of his pants kind of thing. Thanks. He takes like 3 steps away, starts walking away. And as you turn away, you just feel something like grab onto your leg. And then as you go to look, it looks like he just quickly breaks off from a hug and just starts booking it.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Those horses need to be fed or something. Oh, okay, go. I'm gonna go back.
Give me an animal handling check for checking on Hector.
Hector! It's the healthiest horse I've ever seen in my fucking life, Mike. It's a 22. 22.
Not only is Hector looking great and he's eating well, he's getting stronger, Hector has made a friend.
Yes.
There's another horse now that hangs out with Hector.
Oh, it's not me? Fuck.
Its name is Biscotti.
Oh, Biscotti the horse. I love it. Okay.
Hector and
Wonderful.
Biscotti hanging out up front. Oh.
Oh, hey. Welcome to the caravan. Yeah, so that's just what Tubber's doing over however many days.
Okay. And so, as the caravan moves on with the knights leading the way, you see in the distance a town. The town of Arvi. And so as you guys get there, the knights kind of head in and whatnot. You see them talking to the people at the gates. It's not a gate per se, like wall, but it's just like the road entranceway of the maid thing there. They have a couple people standing there. Looks like not really a town guard, but like, yeah, it's the town guard kind of thing. And they seem to easily let in all the knights and whatnot. And then they're just kind of like, are you guys hanging out in between? Are you more with the caravan? Are you more with the knights? Where's everybody kind of situated?
I would kind of assume after the bandit incident that at least if Tabruk has any say and you guys, if we like talked about it, we would kind of be spread out. Like, obviously not the soldiers are fine. They're way up front. But I'm assuming we'd kind of be like 2-4-6 with the caravan. I know Q or Quill kind of wants to hang out away into the back maybe. But maybe we kind of figure out like, okay, just kind of everyone hang out at different points in the caravan. So that way if shit pops off, we're not getting caught by surprise. That's at least what Tabruk would suggest at some point. Like probably the day after the caravan.
The guards will let us.
But the guards are all traveling up front. They don't seem to give a shit about the back of the caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we're only spreading out amongst the caravan.
Yeah. No, the guards can protect themselves, yeah.
Well, they have Hellran leading them, so they're tip top.
That big bimbo.
Yeah. Does
And so,
anyone
yeah.
have any disagreement with that? Like, I know Bach's building, obviously, so he's probably on a cart, so maybe not him. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would do it when I'm not like busy copying a spell.
Okay.
yeah, there's breaks. There's breaks in the day.
Yeah, then when you guys word would spread pretty quickly once you guys get within like eye shot of the town. And you probably would be hearing, oh yeah, well the town should be coming up soon. So you guys would be more than aware that you guys are
Mhm.
approaching a town.
Okay.
So as you guys get to the town, it is a medium to small, like medium town, small city. And as you get there, you're kind of looking around there. It's not a walled city. It's fairly open. The city looks like it's had some, not incidents, but things aren't looking the greatest. As were everywhere you guys seem to travel. Things are, slightly downtrodden and, whatnot. And so as you guys get there and the caravan kind of starts to enter the town, they do get stopped and they're just kind of like, state your purpose. And they're all like, oh, we're just passing through on our way. We're just going to stay. Thing is like, well, are you planning on, you kind of overhear the conversation. Like, are you guys staying at the inns? Or you think like we can't, all these people can't stay at these inns and whatnot. Like, unless you're here for trade or for purchase, we're, you're not just going to clog up our streets, essentially, is kind of the message they're portraying.
I'm here to shop.
We can shop.
They're just kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah, and the caravan, for the most part, just like, okay, they're like, you're more than welcome to stay on the outskirts of town, like anywhere in this area, but we'd appreciate if you do not, clog up the town and, until we know your intentions, we'd like to, the knights spoke very highly of you all, and we're not worried of theft or danger or whatnot, but we still would prefer if you guys all stayed on the outskirts of town. Again, they're saying this to the caravan, not to your party. And when you guys kind of get to the front of that, and the caravan has no issues with that. Like, this is normally how they live. So they're essentially building their caravan. A couple of them are talking with some of the knights. The knights, you guys have overheard, are planning on staying here for a couple of days. They figure, they only have 2 more towns before the long haul.
So the knights are getting to stay in town?
Yes.
They're probably also getting to stay at like the local barracks and stuff like that. Like they're not just like sleeping on the floor, like or not. They're not taking up the town square. I assume like the
no, they're
caravan
staying in
have to.
places, and then also you can hear like them talking, overhearing, and they're like, okay, well, we'll stay here for a few days. Well, don't worry, we'll earn our keep. We'll help rebuild this and rebuild that, and like they seem like they're going to help the town out a little bit. So it's kind of an exchange of services for betting, and they are the Knights of Revelon, so they kind of get a, they are protecting everybody, quote unquote. So that's kind of one of the privileges of being the traveling knights is most towns will take you in. Like, it's just how it goes. And yeah, so you guys are more than welcome to enter the town. In the evenings, you can either stay at an inn, you can stay with the caravan again. You're not too worried about the caravan safety reasons. They are very close to the town. They're just on the outskirts of it. So they would, town guards would probably be quickly alerted and whatnot. So they don't seem to have concern. But if you guys want to spend the evenings with the caravan and protect them or whatever your plan is, it's up to you. They also do stress that, or not, the caravan doesn't stress it, but the knights do tell you that, hey, we'll be here for a few days, we're going to help out and do some things, but you might want to take the opportunity to have a bed while you can. Because at this point, I know you guys were asking earlier, but they do fully explain that, past this point, we're going to travel for another 3-4 days. We'll hit one town, and after that, it's a solid 2 to 3 week trek.
Okay.
And then at that point is probably when the caravan and the knights will be splitting around the town of Ditchin, Dichin.
Sorry, they're
You know what?
ditching
I don't
the
make the town names.
caravan.
The map has that,
Don't-
and it's just exactly what it's.
Perfect.
It was either that or another
Ditchin
town. I'm
the-
like, okay, a town with that name, like that's perfect. So then they'll be breaking off at that point and heading to Koshche, and then the rest of the group will be
Okay, got it.
heading south from there, and then heading southeast, passing by Rara, and heading down into the giant forest, which supposedly leads to not chicken,
Not chicken.
depending
No,
on who you ask and whatnot. Then, especially at that point, the caravan people you talk to would supply that part of the information. The knights don't really care much beyond Ditchin. They will tell you that there's a town there, Rara, that's not too bad.
Mm.
But yeah. And then if you just they're like, oh, if you're more than welcome to come with us to the capital, there's another town there we can go to. That's another week or two after that. But if you don't bed down in this town in an inn, I would highly recommend doing it at the next town because after that it's travel. And from traveling with the knights for a little bit, you would get the thing that Hellran, when you're on the road, he's pushing travel. He's trying to make great time. He's that driver who's just like, no bathroom breaks, no stops. We're making great time. We just keep going. But then when you do stop, he's kind of got that, okay, let's rest for a couple of days here. We've been making such good time. Like, he realizes with the morale of his men, when they have a chance to stop in a proper place, he's going to stop and let his men rest. And when it's rest time, it's rest time. And when it's go time, it's fucking go time.
He's a bad manager, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's learning on the job.
He clocks that. Okay.
Oh, that's true. He's like he was like just handed the reins like a week ago.
So, and then yeah, so there's multiple. There's a few inns in town. There's a blacksmith. They've got all the basic amenities that you would want in a smaller city, medium-sized town kind of vibe.
Hey guys.
Mm.
Do any of you guys use a shield?
I have one. I've used it 0 times since we've all started doing all this, but I have one.
I can use a shield, but I don't really see much need for it.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause you've got both hands on the crossbow. So that's tough.
Why do you ask?
I mean, this one's pretty cool.
Let me take a look at that.
And I'll tell him everything I discovered.
Mike, what happens when I put this shield on? By the way, you said, oh, you got to be a good alignment. That's not almost.
Oh no.
Yeah, you don't get hurt, but you do feel a blockade. Like you are in tune with the magic, especially now with Cognis. Like you feel the you don't need to do a full identify on it, but you kind of feel that blockade, and you know this isn't meant for you.
I feel like I'm so close. Not for me.
Mo's
guys.
probably it seems like it wants to be used by Mo, but
Yeah, I'm
just
sure.
kidding.
Yeah, he's.
I was like, isn't he like?
Mo's lawful good.
Well,
Is-
Mo's
Mo
tiny.
throws the outside and just holds on to it and just gets
He's
Mo
tiny
can
and
now
he's
fly.
also evil. So there's
Is-
that.
No.
Tiny and evil.
He's
I love
tiny
it.
evil.
That's all we know about
Is Quill around? Because I would be saying this to the group. I'm hoping everyone's around.
Yeah, he's there.
What about you? Do you use a shield?
Nope.
Well,
He's always I went into Quill voice there. He's always
I know I've been
strumming.
resisting
He's,
the urge so hard.
He's strumming. All of us use one weapon, but both of our hands are full.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
1, 2, 3.
Well-
4. You don't,
You're right. I don't.
but you
You know-
pull swords out of your ass.
I don't know if I can use a shield, but
Shadow.
I don't think I can. But I'll hold on to it.
Should just give it back to him.
Mhm.
I could.
You probably should.
but
Your
he
tally
said
is
he didn't
showing.
want it. He said he didn't want it.
This is why Tali's chaotic neutral.
Good. I'm chaotic good.
Absolutely not. You cannot use that shield.
He's
We don't
"What?
need
I
it.
stole
We
from
need
a
to keep.
well-meaning man.
I don't know if there's a point in
I did
keeping
not
it just so
steal
we don't keep hauling it around.
I mean, if it
Oh,
buzz
yeah.
onto
oh, I'm not
somebody,
No. See, you misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not going to be holding on to it for long.
Yeah, some guy in Arvi will.
Do you mean the shield that has an inscription that's scribbled out on it, and the shield that's been incredibly well used?
Maybe.
We're gonna sell it? If
Maybe.
it's damaged
I'm
and,
mending.
defaced?
I'm mending.
Yeah,
Can you-
like,
Did you
isn't
mend
there
it?
a symbol of? I understand it's defaced. It can be mended, but like, I hate to point this out, but chances say that's the symbol of some sort of paladin order on the front of it. And you trying to sell that's gonna just cause all sorts of problems.
remember the last time you stole from holy people?
Yeah, I think that went well, right?
Didn't go great.
Nothing went wrong.
Didn't steal anything.
Okay. That's not what my notes say.
I mean, in this exact instance, I didn't steal
I
anything.
didn't steal
I'm
this
curious.
one.
I would
I didn't-
say give it back to him just because none of us want it. And why would you sell?
Give it to his kid then. Give it to the
Yeah,
kid.
give it to Tam. Let Tam learn how to
That'd
use
be fine.
it.
You
That's
know,
actually a really good idea. It would go great with his wooden sword.
this is
Mhm.
not. This is not. This is.
He can block and parry.
Physically is hurting
Oh.
Come on,
Tally.
Tally, you're
It's not-
good now. You're good aligned.
Well, if you think about it this way, it ain't yours to sell or decide what to do with it in the first place. So just leave it for the kid. Makes sense. Keeps it in the family, as one would say. That's the goodly way of doing things. If you want to go that route.
And think about this, Tally. One day, you're being attacked by a monster. It's about to have a death stab on you. You're like, oh no, I'm by myself, I'm going to die. And then a fucking shield comes in from off screen. And it's like grown-up Tam, and he saved your life with the item you gave him as a child. Come on.
On your left?
On your left.
I've dripped on this before, I think.
What an odd reference.
Amazing.
I don't know what that voice was.
I mean, we'll see.
Hmm.
And I will tuck it away in my bag.
Mike, instead of us doing the thing where we say we'd like to go to a shop and then we just don't know what to tell you we're looking for the next 30 minutes, is there anything of note in this town that we should go look at?
No. I will
No?
name you a few places.
I think said no.
No, there's nothing.
Is there anything
So-
of note here? No. Oh.
As far as inns go, there's a cheap, a middle, and then a fancy inn.
Mike, just give us the fancy. Come on.
So,
Yeah.
no, I want to give off my names.
No, yeah, you have fun names. You have fun names. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, name it.
Okay, these aren't as great as normal. I didn't spend as much time on my puns. The cheap one's called the Stay and Pay.
Okay.
Stay and bake. Got it. Love it.
The middle one is the Arv Inn.
'Cause it's
INN is capital. And then the fancy one's called the King's Pillow,
Ooh.
fancy.
which is weird because there's no King of Revelon.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
I thought that hotels only did presidents and junior president suites. Where do they get this King's Pillow from? That doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
you'll go in. There's still the presidential suite, just called
But
the
it's
King's
in the
Pillow.
King's Pillow. Okay.
Yeah.
The King's Pillow resides on the presidential suite's bed.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And then there's a couple blacksmiths in town.
Okay.
There's Atel's Anvil, which is run by Atel.
That's a hotel, yeah.
And then there's the Jandros Hammer, which is run by Jandros.
Okay.
Blacksmiths are not creative in this town.
See, I'd love to take notes, but I don't know where any of my notes.
What was that one? Jandros what?
Hammer.
Jandros' hammer.
You, from what you understand, Jandros' hammer is more of a focuses more on weapons, whereas
A is for
Atel's
armor.
Anvil is more of an armor and horseshoes.
Jake
Ooh.
thinking in the fourth dimension over here.
A is for armor. Yeah. Didn't even need you to explain that. I was like, yeah, A is for armor and the other guy's weapons. Done.
The magic shop in town is called the Crafty Tome and Fantastical Magical Artifacts.
Oh shit.
That's too long.
And they're currently having a free promotion if any tiefling shows up in the next 30 seconds.
Oh,
Jenny's off screen right now.
oh,
So, you kind of like previous towns. The shop is low on magic items, but does have some in store.
Can I just?
And if you do pop by there, one thing you hear the dude complaining about is that all his items have already been purchased, all his good stuff, and he's just spitting and pissed that they bought it for golds on the copper kind of thing, as they've been pulled back to the quote unquote capital.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's
I'm just spending all that money I have on various components.
Are there any crazy components, or what are we talking for components here?
I don't know. That's up to you. It's the way the mechanic works is. Give me 1 second. Let me pull her up again.
I think it just says like spend 100 gold to create an item.
Yeah, like pretty much.
I'm gonna say over the next 2 towns, you can buy most stuff you want, but I kind of find it semi hard to believe that you can walk into a town and they're gonna have exactly what you 1,000 gold of the item, of the components. You know what I mean?
If it's an artifact,
I agree.
Isn't it just like little gears and bits and bobs? So it's all like theoretically mechanical, right?
That's what I'm trying to
Not like he's
understand.
looking for, Eye of Newt. It's like he's looking for I need
Well,
16
no,
ball bearings and some metal.
Depends
No,
on the
this is
item,
This is actual magical items. This is yes,
No,
you
he's
might
gonna need
need
This is
magic.
region crafting. This is
I thought-
region
I thought-
crafting.
Yeah, so I'm imagining things if dragon equipment and stuff for elemental gems probably are gonna be rough to find.
Anything that's +1, you're gonna need the enchantment materials for, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna need
Yeah, you're
regions
gonna be able to get
craft.
most of your stuff, but I'm not trying to yuck your yum here, but
Say half this town, half the next town. Is that easy?
yeah, let's spread it. You'll get what you need, but we're just gonna spread it out over a few towns, kind of thing.
Yeah, one of the advantages is I need less materials because
Yes.
half the materials I would normally require in order to put these things together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So-
else? I do have a list of magic items available at the shop. If you'd like me to quickly run over them,
ink. I
Hell
just
yeah.
need ink.
You've already
Mike.
got one ready? Hell yeah.
I've got one ready.
What you got?
There's a +2 mace, a
Sick.
+3 sling,
Ooh.
Okay.
a hide armor of fire resistance,
Okay.
pipes of the sewers.
Excuse me? Okay.
Oh, what?
Bro, that's a bard instrument that summons shit.
Monsters.
Swear to God. I love it. Okay.
I believe it just makes you like the fucking rat piper.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
Greg can
it summons-
Bach can make them.
Yeah, it summons swarms of rats.
Bro, they can't.
Disgusting.
Plate armor of cold resistance, potion of greater healing, potion of healing, potion of superior healing, potion of supreme healing, potion of water breathing, robe of useful item with 11 patches, scroll of absorb elements, scroll of animate dead, scroll of cause fear, scroll of druid craft, scroll of fog cloud, scroll of friends, scroll of hex, scroll of purify food and water, scroll of thunderclap, vicious scimitar, and a war pick of warning.
Okay.
You found the one town on this coast that has a potion of supreme healing. In campaigns, one exists.
This guy's got the good stuff.
Yeah, they're 7 grand.
I don't think I can use any of this. Hey man, this is a nice place you got here, but I don't think I can use any of it.
Can someone post that list somewhere?
Yeah.
Readable.
Because we'll be here for a couple
Yeah.
days anyways, right?
I went
Yeah. we have some
one by
time.
one.
I will ask Mike.
We
Ink.
did, and I listened to everything Mike said, and I was like, I should write this down, and then I realized I was gonna
Then-
forget
Ah,
anyway.
There it is.
Well, I
Mine.
read-
Again, the
So-
numbers don't. I don't like how they do their dollar figures, or their coin. So some of them we can get pretty close to, and other ones Like for some reason, some of their like the list they use, some of their uncommons are 60,000, but like then a rare item is like a quarter of that.
Yeah. It says Potion of Supreme Healing is only 1580. That's like not even close.
Yeah.
So we already have a +2 mace, so we're not going to worry about that.
Why not though? It's not that
Do
good.
we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vicious
I'll carry
Vicious
it
Scimitar.
around.
Vicious Scimitar should start at 2500.
I like this
20.
price.
But
Extra
I just like
seven.
using it for the list of random stuff,
Yeah.
and then we can discuss dollar figures after.
Plate looks pretty accurate at 87.
None of this is relevant to me.
Now I'm interested in the scimitar.
Robe of useful items is 12,000 GP.
Yeah,
How much
that's
cost?
about right. If Vicious Scimitar is a blue, starting at that would be about 31 or 3200.
Oh,
Oh no!
hold scene, baby.
Uh-oh.
Where am I?
Oh, like 500 and up.
Oh, thank God I'm back.
Turn your camera on.
My camera is on.
Not back
It just
yet.
you disconnected for half a second.
Oh,
Anyone's really interested is the tally with the vicious scimitar.
Yeah, potentially that. And do we know what patches are on the thing?
Bro, that shit's 12,000 gold. It could be
I-
whatever we want.
So I'm asking if I know what's in the patches.
Max 2, gross.
that would be like what? The 2 weapons, 2 mastiffs type thing, Mike?
You'd end up rolling, and we'd go with
Yeah.
the rolled.
Oh, okay.
We'd make it fun like that shit. But it has 11 patches, that one, so it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
You think Tali needs money for things?
Yep.
Also, so none of this matters to Tavruk. However, you can slam +3. You can buy a +3 sling and slam it onto something if you wanted. Theoretically, in a week, if Almas can do it.
Yeah, but I've already got a +2 item with better stuff than that, so I don't think I could.
Right.
Well, I'm
That's
assuming, is it like
true.
weapon to weapon, Mike? If it was like a +2 sling and I put it on like armor, does that work, or does it?
No, it doesn't become a +2.
It has to be like armor to armor, weapon to weapon.
Yeah,
You-
it has
like-
to be
That's what I thought.
like. It's already slightly broken feature, but
And it can only do, what is it? Just upwards of rare? Is that right?
no, we can do higher, but it just gets the
Difficulty gets
the
higher.
DC changes significantly,
Um,
and that will also fluctuate with Almus's level. There's a highly complex
Uh-huh.
thing that goes on with it. I totally
Hey.
don't make it up as I go, and sometimes I don't even assign a DC.
I could tell because when you went to go do the check this time, you said you rolled a spell attack the first time, right? So it's very clearly very complex. So complex you have to like sit and think about it for a
If the
hot
board, I have a whole board here that just deals
Yeah.
with that.
Just for
Mhm.
almost
It's not just a wall of beer caps.
On the screen.
and I'll
Let me
try.
just see here. Weapon.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Mm.
Well, I know this isn't on the sheet, Mike, but what are the odds these people got any nice rings? Any nice rings that would make me, I don't know, harder to hit?
yeah.
What did you have in mind?
There's a ring of defense, I think is what it's called. Am I wrong?
Protection, isn't it?
Ring of protection.
No, they don't currently have any. A lot of the fighting items, especially, have been taken.
That makes perfect sense. I don't wear armor anymore, and I already have my favorite weapon that I'm not going to ever change, I don't think, unless Mike really gets creative. But
Well,
no,
could you get the cold and get could we transfer an armor of resistance onto like braces of resistance?
I think so.
Hey.
Theoretically?
Possibly.
I think the category has to stay the same.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, if we got like a bracers of whatever
Hey, Almas.
Then
archery,
move them to other.
what's up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can we take the enchantment off the CG Expo and put it on a hand crossbow?
No. I refuse.
I was going to say that item
On
can't be
principle.
modified.
That is a one of one legendary that will never change hands. I'm sorry.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
That's a special. There's certain items that he won't be able to do this with.
Tracks.
Hey, Mike, though.
Yeah.
But I do need that ink, though.
Yeah. Okay, so be free. I'm also out. Welcome to Dragon's Den. I'm out.
You're out of.
I'm out of shopping. I'm out of the weapon, the
Okay.
magic shop.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Do you want the vicious scimitar there, Tally?
I'm casing the joint for a day or two, and then we'll
Do
see.
you like wear nice armor?
Huh?
Aviana.
Hmm?
Do you like wear nice armor? Like what do you
I have studded leather. Just basic.
like regular?
Yep.
We can
That's
fix
great.
that.
With what?
Literally the same thing that I just did.
And do, but do
We
you
now have
any
a second
better?
elven chain.
What
have a
is the
second
elven
elven
chain?
chain.
What does it give you? What does it do?
Plus
Plus
one,
basically.
and even if you're not proficient in medium armor, you can still wear it.
But we'd be putting it on light armor, so that part's irrelevant. So we'll just give it a +1.
Yeah.
Or she can just wear that if she can wear medium armor.
Yeah, but no, it does.
Her
It
dex
gives
is
you a
too
max
good.
of +2. My dex
Her
is a
dex is
20,
fucking insane.
and
Dex-
my dex is anywhere from a 20 to a 23. So like, I don't want to have that be limited.
No.
Yeah.
You can add the
So-
+1 to it though
Yeah.
in a week.
Yeah, it's not priority
4
though.
days.
My AC
Or
isn't a problem.
6 days.
My AC isn't a problem. B, I don't get hit, so I don't get attacked very
You keep
often.
saying this. I know what I have ideas.
I know. Look, it's fine. Like, and I'm glad. I'm looking forward to it. But at the moment, like, I'll be honest. Like, my defensive skills are not a problem, and B, should be a priority. It's fine.
So,
I have tools to get away from stuff anyway, so I'm all good.
have we decided what inn we're staying at?
Oh,
Fancy.
King's Pillow.
The fancy one.
Okay.
I'll already walk in with the guitar in hand.
So, can before you guys get there, on your way there, can I get perception checks, please?
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
I have one of those.
I guess I'll
What's
go
up?
ahead and roll portents.
I got some
Oh
perceptions.
my god, is that not a trash roll? What is this?
Ooh.
26.
Season 2 Aviana it's different. I feel like.
16.
Well,
Okay, you guys,
18.
your numbers are crazy. Okay, we don't need to go any further.
35.
Okay, so
Look, I rolled a 3 and a 1. Okay, last time. Leave me alone.
So, as you are all headed towards the King's Pillow, on your way there, you see a late, we'll say early 20s, young lady going in a half decently nice dress. Like, not big city nice, but like small town nice. And she's going, and you see her like talking to a few of the. We'll talk about your ink in a second. You got your. How much ink do you want?
How much you got? I want 300.
for those who can't see, it was in our Discord chat. He's just like, so, and Mike, about that ink.
I just see it popping up in the corner of my eye. 300?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Good. Thank you.
I'll go with him to buy ink, and I'll buy him an extra $200 worth of ink.
500.
Or-
Awesome.
I'm gonna roll a d6 if I get more than that. I'll be nice. I'll re-roll it.
Let me know how much.
I only
you
rolled a 1, and I'll say
What
that's
was the point in rolling it in the first place then?
well, after already saying okay to 3, I feel bad saying okay. Now you can only have 100. I've dropped my dice in the mesh of my chair. I rolled a 1 again. Sorry, we've redone this now. You can buy 100 ink.
Total?
100 ink.
That works. for
Total.
me.
Yep. I'm sorry.
No,
Wait a minute, he can or I can?
You can. Total.
100 total.
Oh.
That's fine.
You've also, a lot of the materials have been purchased already.
Yeah. I mean, we're in a small ass town buying fancy ink. It's fine.
Yeah. And so you see this young lady going up and talking to a few knights, and they just kind of like, they give that, I wish I can help, but I can't kind of thing.
Does she smell of cheese?
Are you getting close enough to smell her?
No, I don't know, just a single woman. And
Are you planning on murdering this person? Do you need spell
me.
components? Is blood considered fine ink? I don't know.
I mean,
But
Oh,
as
You can put it in an inkwell.
Yeah.
You see, like, looking at your group, you look like, let's be honest, a band of mercenaries, right?
Yeah, sure.
And so this young lady sees you and runs up. And she's just like, please help me.
What's going on? What seems to be the trouble?
My boyfriend, he's been arrested and he's to be put to death.
Sounds like a criminal.
Yeah, I mean, what did he do?
He's been charged with inciting riots and riling up the folks. Riling up the townspeople. They're looking to make an example of him. Please. Help me. I'll pay you whatever I can. We're just not too far from here. A few days' ride.
What?
A few days ride?
Where do you live? We're in the town.
She tells you that there's a small town that's like most of the towns on the map are mid-sized towns. So there's a small suburbs town, not a few days, but a day or so ride out.
When are the soldiers leaving?
The soldiers are staying for 2 to 3 days.
Oh man, that's kind of close, ain't it?
It's exactly the amount of time we would need to go do a side quest while we're in this town, according to Mike. I believe.
Assuming we're not getting tricked
Is that
at all.
Is that the math, Mike? We would have enough time to do it and come back.
Yeah. Insight check.
You kind of get if you want to insight check this young lady, you can.
I would love to.
Go for it.
16.
17.
She's distraught as fuck. The love of her
18.
life, something wrong's has happened to them.
Okay, so she means it. I was kind of hoping it was a trap. I like when people think we're walking into traps, and then I can. Sorry, someone's in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's regret. That's the feeling That's the word I was looking for, Avia.
The town mayor and reverend has prosecuted him and says he will be made example of for riling up the townsfolk under the new order of the Revlon Council.
What was he riling people for?
Yeah, what's this new order?
She just kind of gives you the basic understanding of it. It doesn't seem like she knows it all that well, but she says with outbreaks in Pyria and whatnot, any uprising or group
dissenters, etc.
Yeah, has to be quelled immediately before things get to too far into to help quell the trouble in the outskirts.
What rebellions in Pyria? The one we know about?
Yeah, you're kind of getting the vibe that word's starting to spread, at least through the leaders, that pretty much what you told those towns that you've saved, that you have to keep the, despair down and the fear and dread down as people have been. You're getting the understanding that maybe a couple of these leaders have sent out word saying, if you have an uprising or blah, 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 if you have any worries, you must stop it before it can get out of hand and people turn into monsters.
Okay,
yeah, but that's not how that was meant to be taken.
This is two separate problems. That's really just stepping on the throat of the problem, and it's probably just going to make it worse, right?
Yeah.
But also, I'm not a fucking lawyer. I don't... Do you want me to, kill the judge?
Hey.
I don't know. I need someone to help.
That wasn't a no.
Just save him. It's all false claims. He did nothing wrong.
So what you're saying is...
Yeah. Quill, what do you got?
Go for it.
Know. You want to talk your way out of this, or do you want to smash your way out of this?
I just want him back.
That doesn't answer my question, sweetie.
He's trying to... He just doesn't want us to be together.
Okay, well, that's a different story.
What?
Why doesn't he want you to be together?
Sorry, I wasn't...
Is the mayor your father?
She just kind of looks down at the floor.
Well, this is a waste of time. Thank you for coming to ask for help, but you're going to have to find someone else, darling. You can't be pulling us into your family drama. just because your daddy wants your boyfriend dead.
I don't think you want us to kill your dad.
Can you save him? Can you break him out? Get him out somehow? Like,
How much is it worth to you?
Normally I'm not above asking that question, but like, yeah, this feels like how much is this worth to you?
I'm entitled to a lot.
How much is a lot?
If we
Tally would like to claim ownership over the small town when you come into power.
I will.
Like,
I'll do it.
I will name it
Cool.
definitely chicken. And
If we kill your dad, do you still get that money though? Like if he's gonna be pissed.
Well,
You're getting rid of
Hold
that
on,
will
first,
right away.
first.
I don't think we have to kill anyone.
I'm
well,
just saying.
no. Hold on. She says she's entitled to it. That if the father finds out that she is somewhat responsible for her boyfriend escaping, wouldn't that imply that I don't know, he might disown her? In which case, she has nothing.
I think you're overthinking it, Bach. Little
I
word to the
overthink
wise when
everything.
if he
Well, yeah.
disowns me, then we can be together, and we can just be.
They don't pay me
for
though,
one,
honey.
and for two, when
Well,
you ask someone what's it worth to you,
Yeah.
and they say I can get you something, but they don't give you a dollar amount, that means it's nothing. This girl can't offer us anything but a smile.
Anything I've ever asked for is just given to me.
Exactly. You don't have anything liquid. You got no capital, girl. No capital, girl.
She
Nothing.
Hear me
reaches into
out.
her purse. She's like, I have this.
What is
How
it?
much is in there?
Somebody roll me a D100.
Oof. Who's rolling?
I'll do
100.
it. I'm doing
Okay.
it digitally.
Oh.
That's the way to do it.
Okay.
69. Yes.
She has 69 gold.
Yes.
How can you turn
Wait,
that
wait.
down?
I'm in.
Wait, I have a question. I have a logical question right here, and I might be overthinking this again. So please tell me if I. Do the people in this town know you? Like, they have good relations with the town you're from, right? Am I
They're
right
okay,
in this
but they won't send help, though. I've asked. They won't act
No,
against...
no. That's not my question. They know that your father's in charge of the other town, right?
Yes?
So they know you're the daughter of the mayor of the other town, and
Nobody
your
knows
dad's
I'm
quite.
here. He doesn't know
Hold
I'm
on.
here.
Let me finish. But they know that if they were to
Are you a
realize,
raccoon?
yes, I'm a raccoon. But let me finish.
Girl, please.
Would if somebody recognizes you, could you, in theory, buy something on credit, knowing full well that your father will be able to pay off that said credit?
Like a lawyer.
I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem.
Like a vicious scimitar?
No, like Buck turns and like looks at the magic store and then looks back to the party.
I'm sure he'd let me have a few things.
I do the whole like.
Hmm.
Yeah. Holly was thinking exactly what you were thinking about.
Who want? So, but
He
what
did
do we
nothing. Where's
want?
your sense of justice? Like, he's wrongfully imprisoned to be put to death.
So decide right now. Do
Fair,
you want
so-
someone to go in and fix your daddy, or do you want someone to go in there and talk your boyfriend out of getting his neck slung?
Or do you
Hey. I
want
don't
somebody
know.
just to break him out?
Well, initially she asked for us to break him out. She didn't say anything about killing her father. That was all Todrick.
I just know my skill set.
Why don't we
guys.
just break him out? Seriously, how hard can it be?
Not
There's nothing
hard. It's
wrong.
just a matter of that. It's a small town, and there's an old saying that bad gas travels fast in a small town, and we don't exactly look like the covert type right now.
We could-
People
Ever.
see us go into the town, shit goes down south. Her boyfriend gets out. All of a sudden, hey, weren't those newcomers in here like not even a couple hours ago? You see what I mean? This might be a politicking expedition.
Are
Please,
we
so
even
will
worried
you
about
save
that?
Bevan?
No, I'm not.
Bevan?
Bevan?
Evan, thanks for the lore drop. What? Hey, what's your name?
Their name is... is Sori. S-O-R-I.
Oh my god.
And Bevin is Bevin.
Oh, they're gonna be real sorry for asking us
Is
this
her name
question.
Surya Boot?
No,
It's not the full name? Alright.
her last name is Linger. Liger.
Surya Linger.
Sorry, Linger.
We can
Will you
just
save?
go
Will
in.
you save? Will you save my Bevin?
I look to the rest of them.
Okay,
Are we-
let's have a huddle real quick because I have something to say on this matter.
Group huddle.
Sorry.
Okay.
Use us for a second.
Give us just a second.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sidebar.
Sorry.
I know this seems like something that, maybe we should just
I'll cover
ignore.
my ears so I don't hear.
But I mean, we kind of have an idea of how darkness works, and how do we know that whatever's happening in this town couldn't become more along the way? I think that any sort of what's the thing, that controversy, not controversy, conflict. There we go. Should be addressed and squashed before it becomes worse.
In other
we
words,
get
you
him
just
out-
want the stuff.
I mean, I can get the stuff. I don't need her.
Wants
But
to make sure
what
it's
I'm
not a
s-
real problem the kid's talking about,
Yeah.
is what she's saying.
Because, I mean, there's a difference between, like, when we said that we needed people to, work together and be happier and, and put out warnings to other towns, it wasn't about this. Not warnings about uprising. It was warning about, people going into random fits of rage and causing, havoc and stuff like that.
Oh,
I don't
mean,
think
this
that
is
they
just
should
a
be
witch hunt.
imprisoning people about exactly. I don't think that they should be imprisoning people for no reason. This isn't.
Well, it's not for a reason.
I
He
didn't-
doesn't like her boyfriend. This
Well,
isn't
yes, but
there's no rebellion in their town. It's just a veil, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So
It's
there
a-
isn't too much of an issue. It's not like
Either-
he's some grand rebellion leader. He's just a.
we don't know that.
It
We
seems
don't
just
know
like
that
it's
for
some
sure.
other-
That could have been the reasoning to put him behind bars.
You
Either
just said that
way,
he was
I
behind
don't.
bars for no reason, though. Just because they're dating, is what she said.
Why don't you question her further about it?
Hey, yo, is your boyfriend actually a rebellion leader? No, I don't actually yell that.
Hey,
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 Yes.
join our huddle.
Aviana, that was a good question.
How soon is this execution supposed to happen? Is a more important question.
I believe it's supposed to be in the next 3 days.
Oh, what do you know? Timing's incredible, impeccable even.
Great timing.
I just think this sounds like it could be fun, guys. Can that be the reason?
I just feel sorry for Mike's other, tormented lover
Can that
side
be the
quest
reason
that we just
thing?
started. So
Let's just be honest for a second. We work pretty hard, and times are usually pretty tough. This could just be fun. It's zero stakes.
Yeah.
He did nothing wrong.
I'm with
Blah
Big
blah
Red.
blah blah blah. Yeah.
All
what-
he did was
Zero
start
stakes.
dancing, and then
Oh.
it's been outlawed.
Oh no!
Oh, now we
It's
gotta
gonna-
go. Now we gotta
We
go.
have to
Wait,
go.
And with
wait.
that, we'll end tonight's episode. Thank you for joining us. Will the group decide to save poor Bevin Kaken? We'll find out next week on the Isle of
Bevin
Misfit
Kaken.
Rolls.
Footloose.
That's Footloose. Sorry, not Dirty Dancing. Yeah, Footloose.
Both
Oh,
equally bad.
we have to go.